What up, everybody? Monday morning check-in. Just shy of 8 o'clock on the East Coast. Snow on the ground. About to be some marijuanas in the bowl. We've got a mediocre warm cup of coffee. Probably need to go back in the nuker for like 30 seconds. Or on top of the wood stove for about 8 seconds. Gypsy Soul, the first one in the house. Good morning. Pilgrim, what up? You got a bunch of that white stuff on the ground up there too, Pilgrim? You give old Frosty the Snowman a straw and let him have at it outside and see if he can get rid of some of that snow. We'll build a big Frosty and give him a pool noodle and let him use that as a fucking soaker upper. 4 to 5 inches. Yep, same here. Same here. Four to 5 inches on top of, in most cases around here, fucking ice. Because we got a little storm the other couple days ago, and nobody really did anything to it other than drive over top of it. So it got all packed down and half melted and refroze. And oh my God, Shannon Miller is on the news, and she is so hot. If y'all don't know about Connecticut news, which you probably don't, it was light and fluffy. Yeah, it was pretty easy to shovel. It was pretty easy to plow too. But I got a crush on your girl Shannon Miller from NBC Connecticut News. Just saying. Someday she'll be my wife. I doubt it. But she's beautiful. Just kind of chilling right now. Just kind of chilling. We got some stuff to do. Nothing too pressing today. Yesterday was kind of a busy day, and what's today? Monday. Saturday was busy too. A day of prep. All day prepping for the snow, get the property ready, get the truck ready. It was a busy day. Cheers, y'all. Cheers. What have y'all got going on this Monday morning? I haven't been on here in a bit. Well, probably been a week or so, maybe. So I busted out the laptop, hopped on the StreamYard. And here we are. I did wash my ass this morning. That felt nice. There was literally no time for it yesterday. So I smell pretty good. You know, I don't smell like a bum that was in my plow truck for a few hours yesterday. Well, I only plowed, I think it took me about 4 hours. Probably just under. And averaged, everybody overpaid me, which is super cool. I've got a lot of good customers. They typically overpay. See, this is the thing that I found out about business. I don't know what I'm doing today. I don't really know either. It's kind of an open schedule-ish. But, you know, in the small business world, I've learned a few things, you know, and one of the things that I've definitely learned is, what up, fish sticks? When you treat people right, and you treat them fairly, and you give them an honest an honest job, an honest product, they have a tendency to appreciate that and 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 show that appreciation. So every driveway that I did yesterday, they overpaid um, from 20 to just about $50 over the price that I charge them to plow because they're grateful, they're thankful, and I do a good job. And I've learned that if we'll just say a driveway, right? If you price a driveway at $50, right? Maybe the driveway is worth 60, 70, right? But you charge $50, you do a good job more than once. The next time you're going to get $60 because a little trick, ATMs only shoot out $20, right? So they take out $60. They say, keep it, Everybody overpaid. So average of the driveways that I did yesterday was essentially $100 an hour, which is pretty good for plowing snow, right? Now, yesterday's storm was a little different because I had some costs going into it. I had to replace one of the shoes on the bottom of my plow from the previous storm. Right, the time that goes into putting the plow on, which sometimes, and I've got an older truck and I've got an older plow, so sometimes it goes on 1, 2, 3. The storm before last, it was not 1, 2, 3. It took me like 2.5 hours to get the plow on. But I don't get paid for that. I don't get paid for putting the weight in the back of the truck to assist with the plowing. Don't get paid for that. Don't get paid for going and scooping up buckets of sand and salt mix to put down on the driveway. Don't get paid for that. So sometimes sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad. But we did all right. Which kind of makes up for not really working today. Sorry, I'm texting back and forth with a friend, not a YouTube friend, and oh my goodness. Yeah, it was a good day. Didn't get stuck. Boy, that's fucking pit sweats already. Holy shit. Didn't get stuck. Didn't break nothing. So I guess all in all, it was a good day. Everybody here is chilling. Dogs are on the dog bed. Orange Cat's laying on the floor next to me. I don't know where Black Cat is. Gus! See if he comes out from where he's hiding from. Gustafson! Yeah, it's going to be a busy week for the weather. We got more snow coming Tuesday night into Wednesday and Wednesday into Thursday. And yeah, it's going to be a busy week of weather, which is going to suck for tree work. Hopefully it's enough snow to plow. Stand by. I'm texting. Yeah. Yeah. We're supposed to get snow here Thursday too. Yeah. It's that time of year, man. It's that time of year. And to be honest with you, I need there not to be snow on the ground because I've got shit to do that requires the snow to not be here. So, but it is what it is, right? Move to a place where there's less snow. Right? So we're morning medicating, the coffee, the pots, little small conversation with five of y'all. Five of y'all in the chat. Did anybody watch the stupid football game last night? I'm going to Pilgrim. About 30 more days till we change the clocks. Spring is coming. Pilgrim, it cannot come soon enough, bro. It cannot come soon enough. Just over it. But we've lived in New England long enough that, you know, we know it's coming, but we're just tired of it. Tired of it. Tired of frozen water, tired of slipping. And you're going to get it anywhere you go unless you go far, far west, East Coast, or West Coast, where they don't really have snow. But you got to deal with all the other shit. So pick your poison, I guess. Here, unfortunately, I have to deal with the bullshit weather and stupid fucking liberal people, which is a ingredient list to get GTFO. I'm proud of you, Pilgrim. I didn't watch it either. Don't care. I did see / hear that T Swift got booed when they showed her on the jumbo screen. So shout out to T Swift and everybody that booed her. Oh my God, he's smoking pot. Oh my God, he's smoking pot on the internet. Yeah. This is a pretty chill stream. I really don't have much to say. Man, to be honest with you, I just got on here to check in with y'all. 2 more years, you're moving south. Like directly south, or because I'm not sure the East Coast is the safest area to be. Whether we're talking weather, I'm going to say political, but I'm not sure if that's really the right word. But the East Coast is not. I don't think it's a safe space. I don't think it's a place that for long-term survival of mankind and the type of mankind that I want to be associated with. I don't think East Coast is the way to be anymore. Not that I really did, but I just didn't really know any better. I'd never been anywhere else, and that I think is a big part of the last couple few years. probably 3 to 4 years that my eyes have been open to is that I'd never been anywhere else other than the East Coast. Right, I've been from Maine to Florida. I've lived in only a couple of the states, but I've traveled the whole East Coast. I just didn't know any better. And yeah, when you get down south, people are a little different, but it's nothing compared to Midwest, Central U.S. It's completely different. Completely different. You know, and meeting the people that I've met from that area, you know, Missouri, Arkansas, Ohio. Not that I would ever live in Ohio, no offense, but I would just never live there. It's different. It's a different way of life. It's a different mindset. It's the way I want to live. There's yeah, you still gotta work, you still gotta hustle, you still gotta do what you need to do, but it's not the hustle and bustle of the East Coast. It's not the pressure that is put on here, if that makes sense. Not sure yet. Buying a truck and camping trailer. Yes, exactly, exactly. That's kind of where I want to go. I want to have a more of a permanent residence, but the ability to travel and you know what's wrong with living like you camp all year round? You know what I mean? What's wrong with that? Why are we stuck in this image that you have to have a property, you have to have a house, you have to get married, you have to have kids, you have to have retirement? It's all bullshit. It's all fucking bullshit. It's all designed that way so you continue to pay into the system. You continue to be on the hamster wheel for them. That's what that fucking vision, mindset, lifestyle was designed for. I don't want a cookie cutter fucking life. I'm not a cookie cutter person. My whole life I've been against the grain, outside the box. You tell me to go left, I'm going to fucking go hard right and I'll figure it the fuck out. G-Ma. Good morning, ma'am. Joe Morgan. My faithful brother. Snowbird south in winters, north in the summer. Yep. Yep. Not a bad way to live, right? You know. And it's not for everybody. I had this discussion with a guy that buys eggs from me. Let's see. Pull it up here. That's because people think. Right. Devil. The devil, mama. Vicky Valancourt showed me her boobies, and I like them too. Stand by. I'm texting again. um, let's bring it back around. What the fuck was I talking about? I was having this conversation with guy that buys eggs from me, and we used to work together back in the day. We've been friends for a while, and he got married a few years back, and his wife's cool, you know. super nice lady. They were like in their 30s, I don't know, 34, 35, somewhere around there. And she's like super hoity-toity, fucking. Uh, she comes from the ching, you know what I mean? And he came from like, you know, maybe a step or two above middle class. You know, not big steps, but just some steps. But he's always been a blue collar guy, and now they live in this big nice house in this, you know, super fancy neighborhood, and you know, houses start there at like 500K, and they go up from there. But he coming to get some eggs, and told him a little bit about what was going on with me, and you know, I told him about the, you know, the tiny house, tiny home idea, and living on a piece of land, and you know, making it making it what I want from scratch, from a blank canvas. And his wife's kind of sitting there giving me like this look, and I'm like, yeah, you know, it's easier for some people than others to live with less. And she got super offended, super fucking offended. And I was like, hey, listen, you know what I mean? This fucking life ain't for everybody that you live. You know what I mean? I have lived in a camper. I lived in a uh, I lived in a 40-foot park model camper at a campground, a year-round campground. Right, right. I've been kind of looking into like the small, older, like motorhome type deals, old Chevys and shit. But you know what I mean? Like you said, if you want to be able to move around easily, you don't always want to take a little fucking motorhome or something somewhere. You know what I mean? Drop the trailer, or you know, and fucking take the truck and go do what you got to do. There's something wrong with you if you don't want just one. um, you know, if there's something wrong with you if you don't want just one woman. I don't think I do. I we're gonna leave that alone. We're gonna leave that alone. 26 foot, yeah, that's probably about perfect. What up, Rabbit? We always had motorhomes, but too big for me. Van would be perfect size. Yeah, you can get them in all different sizes, and yep. Growing up, my grandma used to have one of those. Remember when them Chevy conversion vans were a big thing? They lived up in Vermont, and they'd come down here to see us or pick me up. I'm tired of shoveling snow and mowing the lawn. See, I don't mind mowing the lawn. I don't mind doing the lawn and the weed whacking and shit, but fuck the snow. You are not a liar like half the people that say that shit, right? Hey, you don't always want chocolate chip ice cream, right? Maybe chocolate chip ice cream is good for a month, and then you want fucking, I don't know, cookie dough, or you want mint chocolate chip, or you want fucking double chocolate. You know what I mean? Options, y'all. Options. That's all I'm saying. Hold on, I gotta send a message. Oh, we got company. There he is. Where were you sleeping? Look at this fucking cat. He wants me to pet him. Oh. So he just throws himself down. Magical boy. You know, yeah, I need a woman in my life from time to time, but I'm not sure that it's all the time. You know what I mean? You'll get tired, anything. Right, exactly. I've tried being married, and that shit is stupid. It's not the same as when my mom. Right, marriage isn't the same that it was when our grandparents were married. The women aren't the same. The men aren't the same. You know, nothing is the same. Good morning, Teresa. You know, hey, talks amongst yourself. I got to go get rid of some coffee. Okay, much better. Much better. And, you know, I will keep you guys abreast and informed as I feel necessary of what's going on and decisions that are made and places that are on the list. I will keep you guys informed. And with any luck, you might be on the adventure with me. We'll see how it goes. 8:30 on the East Coast. Let's see. We got any good news going on? If you're a foo-foo Starbucks drinker, you can get free Starbucks coffee today. Oh, what have we have here? What have we have here? What do we have here? All right, so here's a little news story we're going to share. Make sure I don't opsec myself. So we're going to read this, or I'm going to read this to y'all real quick. We're going to show you her face so you know what we're talking about. Dude, it's 6:30, not 8:30. No, sir, it is 8:27. Go find bored women in AA. You can see. I don't have a problem finding women. Maybe finding the right women is another discussion. Not that I'm saying that the women are falling off of me wherever I go, but I don't go very long without what I need. You know? Like, I'm not trying to sound cocky or arrogant or nothing like that, but I'm not an ugly dude. I take care of myself. I'm in decent shape for my age. And I'm not a complete fucking douchebag. So finding women, hooking up with women ain't really a big thing. I don't have to go to AA. I could go to the grocery store. I have literally dated women from talking to them at the grocery store. All it takes is that one comment or that one conversation or whatever, you know, to start it up. I don't believe the right one is at a meeting, right? I mean, maybe for some people that's, that's the way to go. No judgment. You know what I mean? I've dated a few women that I should have dropped off at motherfucking AA. It's like, here, go get your shit together. Fucking call me when you're done. Why try finding something permanent? Find something fun. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's right. That's right, Joe. That's right, Joe. I agree 100%. So this is interesting. I'm going to read this to you real quick. Maybe I'm not going to read the whole thing, but arrested USDA inspector Phyllis Fong, that fucking picture that I just showed you. A 22-year deep state operative is one of the key players behind the artificial inflation of poultry and eggs in the U.S. She ordered the culling of millions of healthy birds using the fake excuse of mutating bird flu. But here's the truth. There was no pandemic. Fong personally ordered mass bird exterminations in 2024, targeting farms in Colorado, Ohio, Arizona, Louisiana, and Nebraska. One case in Louisiana set the stage. A man who did not work on a poultry farm was allegedly where did we go? Allegedly diagnosed with H5N1 after finding dead birds in his yard. The CDC then invented a panic story claiming 66 people were infected. Sources say the number is entirely fabricated. That's all in big caps right there. Entirely fabricated. Before the media even blasted this fake outbreak, Fong and Biden's corrupt FDA sent teams of inspectors in full hazmat suits to Nebraska, ordering the instant killing of 600,000 birds. Wow. The farm owner, who recently tested his flock and found zero signs of bird flu, refused, but it didn't matter. Fong had already signed off on the order, threatening him with a $4 billion in fines and prison time if he didn't comply. She thought she was untouchable. When Trump began cleansing the deep state in January, she refused to leave, publicly claiming Trump had no authority over federal watchdogs. Fong. There she is. Show you her again. They're trying to shut everybody down. Fucking go Trump. Yeah, I think she was. Yep. All tied in with Biden and Fauci and all that nonsense. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Taylor Swift booed at the Super Bowl. Boo. Boo. Control the food, control the population. Exactly. Control the food, control the people. That's why we've got to, keep doing the things we're doing, raising our own meat, raising our own vegetables, trading with people, right? That's what we need to do. That's the way that it was 40, 50, 60, 100 years ago. You traded with your neighbor. You traded with your community. The majority of the population, they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. They're going to keep eating the shit that they buy at the grocery store. They're going to keep putting the shit in their body that the big they produce and put in a box on a shelf and charge stupid amounts of fucking fiat currency for, and they're just going to continue to get poisoned and play along into the system. The small percentage of people are going to go back to the way things were. Most of us, I think, is going to be like those type of people. And that's what we should get back to. That's what we need to get back to. That's why we really, really need to focus on building these small actual communities within each other. We're seeing a migration of it now. I was talking with Hutch the other day, and he listed off a good amount of people that are making the migration that way. And we're doing things. We're making things happen. We're creating that community and that lifestyle to be able to survive off each other. The Super Felon Bowl. Rabbit, does that mean that you watched some of it? I mean, I'm not going to judge you if you did publicly. Well, maybe I might, but oh, goddamn. I need to clean that bowl. Maybe I'll do that today. Missouri or Oklahoma, probably the best places. Yep, I think so too. I'm not sold on Oklahoma. I haven't really looked into it, but I don't know. I don't know what's out there. I think if you went to Oklahoma, don't even know what team won. I only know what team won because they said it on the news this morning, and because it's the American national bird, the Eagles. So, didn't watch Super Bowl. I was kind of pissed. I was in the middle of the movie, and cocksucker hijacked my remote. Yeah, same here, Pilgrim. I think and Missouri, I think is on this track, but I think it's more prevalent in Oklahoma. You can't move there with nothing financially, in my opinion. You have to have some kind of bank, some kind of startup money, because there's nothing out there unless you're into the big cities, and you're going to go work in the big city. You have to have some kind of startup bank to to be able to live off of for a little while till you can find a way to make money. Because no matter what, stay within the Ozark Plateau region if you're looking to be permanent. The Ozark Plateau. What is that? Does that got something to do with like fucking earthquakes and shit? Or flooding? Right? Because wasn't most of Missouri underwater at some point? Or do I have that confused with somewhere else? You sold your Harley and Suburban? That's it? I've been looking at some places out there. Hutch sent me a nice property. It was a little more of a hillside, mountainside than I was kind of looking for, but it was fairly priced, but too far from him. It was like 3 hours from Hutch, and that's too far. That's too far from having people out there, a part of the group, especially starting out, knowing nobody, you know. Oh no shit. I know nothing about the place, so obviously I'm gonna go where I know people, whether it's Hutch, whether it's maybe Rabid, maybe Mac. I want to be within, if not 10 minutes down the road, I want to be. Oh, Rabid, we got to link up because Hutch was telling me, what up, Lady Smith? Good morning. Hutch was telling me something about Blue Butterfly might have some property for sale. Let me see if I can. I'm going to put my email in the comment section. And send me an email, Rabid. I don't care. We can exchange numbers or whatever. Stand by. Let him take about 2 hours. Oh, yeah, Rooster. Yep. Rabid. I'm putting my email in the comment. Email me. Depending on price, I might have to get into one of those finance by owner things. So we'll see how things go on my end. I'm gonna sneeze. Yo, Lady Smith, good morning. Did I say good morning to you? I think I did. My nose is all stuffed up. Still. I get these sneezes, and you're all gonna think I'm crazy. I call them hunger sneezes. It's a completely different sneeze than when I got something in my nose and I got to sneeze. My stomach feels different. and these sneezes come, and I know I need to eat. And I call them hunger sneezes. I don't know if they're fucking real or not, but they're real to me. No, I'm not a doctor. Those were knocking on the door of hunger sneezes. Those were the pre-hunger sneeze because I haven't eaten. I ate dinner last night at, I don't know, probably 8 o'clock. So we're going on a almost 13-hour fast. I'm not sure what I'm gonna break it with. I'm gonna have breakfast, but I'm not sure what I'm gonna have. I'm actually out of eggs. I've sold I've sold all my eggs. They've actually been laying pretty consistent, and I've had to pay for feed, so I sold what I had to sell. Now I think I have 0 eggs. I think a three dozen order went out this morning, so I'm not buying eggs. The cabin sits quite a ways off the road, nice cleared area. Okay, well, email me, Rabid, and we'll talk. I would like pictures, pricing, options, location, not exact location, but at least so I can map out where everybody is in accordance to that, because this my plans need to be and will be strategic. It's not going to be just a throw a fucking feather in the air and see where it lands. Quarter mile from the lake. Mm-hmm. I know, right? I know, Lady Smith. They're still laying. I just don't have any for me to eat. And I'll be damned if I'm going to go to the grocery store and pay fucking 8, 9, whatever, $10, $11, whatever they are now. I have no idea. I'll browse at the egg prices when I go by, because like at my grocery store, the eggs are next to the milk and next to like the juices, the refrigerated juices. Like, so when I get like my cold pressed cider and shit like that, I have to go right next to the eggs. So I'll browse quickly, but I think they're up. I swear I've seen some eggs up to like $10, $11 a dozen for free range fucking organic shit, right? So I mean, that's what mine are. Does that mean I could be charging fucking $9, $10 a dozen for my eggs? Shit. In Connecticut, these motherfuckers would probably pay that in Connecticut. You try charging $10 a dozen for roadside eggs in Missouri. What's gonna happen there? You're gonna be eating a lot of eggs. That's what you're gonna be doing. 325 double yolkers, 259. Well, how do you know that they're double yolkers though? Because they're bigger, which makes sense, I guess. Usually when I get a double yolked egg, it comes out of an oversized egg. One of the dogs is dreaming over there, and he's like twitching and shaking. The way they're laying is cute as fuck too. I think because the curtains are up, you're not going to be able to see it because it's super bright. But let's see. Oh yeah, you can see. Look at the way they're laying. Aren't they cute? They are best friends. These damn dogs. Oh, the Amish eggs. Yep. Okay. $10 organic long before this started. Need to see. Wow, they were $10 before. Holy crap. I don't typically do the grocery store. She does it. She does it. Been on here 51 minutes. I should probably get to doing something. Almost 9 o'clock. I do have to go out and feed the horses. Gonna make something for breakfast. I'm not sure what. Maybe some oatmeal. Maybe some oatmeal. Yep. Crazy. Arizona is almost as expensive as right? Jeez. Walmart has their basic eggs. Hold up. Where did it go? It has their basic large eggs. $8.28 for an 18-pack. Holy shit. Wow. Peace out, Pilgrim. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up here in a minute. Oh, you're still sick? That sucks. I'm sure it's only a matter of time before I catch something. There's been shit going around left and right, and the woman works at a hospital, so it's only a matter of time before she brings something home. Pneumonia? God damn. That sucks. Well, shit, I hope you feel better. I hope you beat that pneumonia in the face. Been rough. Day 4. Oof. You're sick too? Good Lord. It's all the cigarette smokers that are getting sick. Weakens your immune system. You got to stay unsmoked. March 2nd will be 6 years since I've had a cigarette. Worked at a daycare, was always, yep. My ex's daughter worked at the local daycare here, and she was constantly fucking bringing shit home. Constantly. To the point where I'd be like, get away from me. Don't even breathe at me and say hello. Just go upstairs in your room. Get out of here. First time in 10 years. So I guess you're doing all right. No symptoms, built up over 3 days and hit me. Oh shit. That sucks. Do you smoke cigarettes, Steel? Boss got mad because I was sick. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. I've had people that I've worked for fucking give me an attitude too. Like, dude, I'm sick. Like, I come in with fucking green shit hanging out of my nose, but today I can't come in. Like, I'm sick. And you catch an attitude, and it's like, dude, get fucked, man. Get fucked. Yeah, but not lately. Good. See, now's your time to quit. I've heard people say that too, and I'm not ranking on y'all smokers or none, because I smoked fucking 2 packs a day for fucking 15 years. And even myself, I'd get sick, and I wouldn't have a cigarette for like 4 fucking days. Because you're sick, They fucking taste nasty. You just don't want to fucking smoke. And then as soon as you feel better, you go and smoke. It's like you already went through the hardest time. That first 3 days was the fucking worst, quitting cigarettes. That's the hardest part. After that 3 days, change your fucking, get a brand new toothbrush and fucking hit that fucking train head on and just do it. I feel fucking amazing not smoking fucking cigarettes. And it took a little while. Send me an email. All right, Rabbit, I'll check it when I get off here. Right, quit 20 years ago. And the fucking prices of them. Holy, now listen, I still consume nicotine, right? I'm on 3 milligram pouches of nicotine. And I could probably use to give those up too, right? But it's better than smoking. Way better. Way cheaper. Better. Yep. Cold turkey. I quit the cigarettes cold turkey. I didn't wean off cigarettes. I'd made a bet with somebody. This is how this happened. If I haven't told y'all the story, I'll tell y'all now. I got one of my best friends I've been friends with since junior high school. Got into MMA, got into fighting, and he did a bunch of amateur fights, and then he got signed pro, and he had his first pro fight. And I supported this dude 100 times. I don't know. How many do I use a day? Probably 10 to 12 a day. Leslie, I don't know how many milligrams are in a cigarette. I think it depends on the cigarette. Whew, 4 packs of Reds? Jesus Christ. What were you trying to fucking own stock in the company? Or what were you doing there, bro? I smoked Reds too. Well, the last few years before I quit, I started smoking the shorts, the 72s. It's a shorter cigarette, and it's a different blend of tobacco. And I was smoking them at the end. You can quit, Teresa. You can. You can. There's other ways around it. You don't need the cigarettes. So my friend got signed pro, and I told him, I was like, bro, if you win this fight, I'll quit smoking. And we fucking shook on it, and sure as shit, he won that fight. That was on Saturday. He fought on Saturday. We got tore up drunk Saturday night after the fight. Smoked my brains out. I had 2 cigarettes left the next day, that Sunday. I didn't buy no more. I had 2 cigarettes. I smoked one when I got up. I smoked the other one after my first cup of coffee. And that was it. I didn't smoke no more. I went to nicotine pouches. Patches never worked for me. I used to dip back in the day, so having a little tiny pouch in there didn't. I got one in right now, and you wouldn't even know it. They're super small. I switched to the American Spirit cigarettes, which are freaking outrageous, but helped me quit smoking. And supposedly they don't. Yeah, some of those natural cigarettes, they're or like the roll your own. The roll your own's got to be better than buying them from the pack. Well, yeah, I get it. All right, y'all. I got to go get rid of more coffee, and I got to get up and do some stuff. be somewhat productive. So y'all stay warm. Hey, right at the end. Now I can't even quit. Oh man. Now I gotta stay on here again. You want to hop up here for a few minutes, bro? I'll drop the link. Just hanging, getting some watch hours in. You know what I mean? The man has made an appearance. I wonder. He probably has. He probably has. Hold on. Stand by. Stand by. Uh-oh. All right, I think I sent it. I'm going to go get rid of some coffee and I'll be right back. All right. There's the other half a pot of coffee from this morning. I sent it email there, sir. Before I forgot, you guys know I don't do product fucking shit like that, right? But I am a firm believer in letting y'all know if a product or a company is fucking good. I've mentioned Refuge Medical. Their customer service is fucking unbelievable. It's spectacular. Their products, yeah, they're expensive, but it's good shit. So if you're gonna buy that kind of stuff, medical stuff, I do recommend Refuge Medical. Boots, right? I got to tell you guys this story. If anybody was at the meetup last year, I had these boots on. I had pretty much just gotten them. They're Rocky boots. They're a logger boot, you know, for what I do, right? These are brand fucking new. I haven't worn these yet. Hopefully life will settle down by summer. Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully. These are Rockies. I bought these boots right before the meetup last year. I wore them to the meetup, you know, and I've worn them damn near every day doing what I do. Well, on the pair that I had, the back right here, there's a name for this part of the boot. I forgot what the fuck it was. But the stitching started to come apart. So I took a couple pictures. I sent it to Rocky, told them, listen, I don't know when I bought these boots. It's been, I think, less than a year. I have blah, 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 other pairs of your boots. Seeing if there was anything you could do. they responded back that they appreciated me as a customer and that Rocky has a 1-year warranty on boots for manufacturer defect. Obviously, if you cut a hole in your boot, they're not going to cover that. But so I had to do a little research. I had to go back into my fucking emails. Luckily, I was able to find the purchase email, the receipt from when I bought them 10 months ago. It was 10 months or 10 and a half, 11 months, right there, close to a year. Found that, sent that to them. They sent me back an email with a return label and all the blah, blah, blahs. So I put them in a fucking box, shipped them back up, and fucking 3 days later, I got a brand new pair of boots. So even though it's an American company, the boots are actually made, Thailand. Well, they're made in China. Rocky's boots are made in fucking China, y'all. But, no, fuck Carolinas, bro. See, and that's the thing. Hold on, let's hold that thought for 1 second. And I'm not gonna shit on you, but so Rocky's customer service is fucking on point. They have a 1-year warranty on manufacture. You know, if something with the actual boot goes wrong, they will replace it for free. So considering how much I wear those boots and the shit that I put those boots through, and they fucking gave me a brand new pair of boots. You know what I mean? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs of Rocky boots that I wear right now. These ones, an insulated pair, the fucking cowboy, the pull-on boots, square toes. I bought them a couple years ago. Wore those at the meetup. Wore those doing tree work, fucking homestead shit. You know what I mean? Those are still holding up. So, you know, I vouch for Rocky's fucking boots. So your comment, Carolina's boots are good. Timberline isn't bad, but boots from Walmart.
Hello.
I used to buy boots from Walmart, and they, you know, you get what you pay for. You spend $30 or $40 on a pair of boots. I'll wear them bitches out in fucking 3 months. So that's not worth it.
I don't like Timberland as work boots. They are more for street dressing.
Yep. Agreed. Carolinas, they hurt my feet. And everybody's foot is different. Like for me, after buying Carolinas, Red Wings,
Red Wings, good shit.
They didn't work with my feet, you know. So I Keen is another brand that I'll vouch for. Them are some good ass boots. But
I had some of those the Red Wing fucking. They almost look like dress shoes, but they're fucking like work boots kind of deal. And them motherfuckers lasted forever through factory work, through fucking yard work,
KP,
through the scrap yard, all that shit. Red Wings are fucking. They're nice. They're very nice. But you got to get insoles for them. That's the thing. With Red Wings, you got to get different insoles.
I mean, honestly, I think fucking almost with any pair of boots that you buy, like my feet aren't the same as your feet. So how is a fucking generalized foot pattern going to be comfortable for everybody?
I think it's just the overall arch, and eventually your weight down to where it needs to be.
Right.
Like I can't do insoles at all. I got to take whatever I get. I got to take the guts out and just rock the flat bottom. That's the only way it doesn't kill my fucking feet. I ain't got no arches. My shit is flat as fuck.
Oh, man.
See, flat. I got no arch.
Oh, goddamn. that just the way you built, or is that from
Walking barefoot for 7 years.
Well, I mean,
my foot.
Really?
There's I've noticed it, but it's hard to explain. I mean, I guess it's not. I'm just retarded and smoke too much. But there's a video that shows the comparison of walking with shoes and walking without shoes, and your foot can fuck around and get like 3-4 inches wider from walking without shoes because you're flattening it every time you step.
Yep.
So eventually you'll go from this kind of shit to monkey feet.
Yeah, I've seen something similar to that with the toe part of shoes, right? Every fucking shoe or every boot is like super narrow and pointed. That's not how our feet are. So you're like a fat girl trying to squish your feet in high heels all the time, when really you're supposed to be spread out.
Yeah, square toes are the best. Anything with a rounded tip is shit, and it's fucking your shit up. Square tips are always the best.
Morning, Carolina.
Sup, y'all? Rabbit, Leslie, Steph, Nana, Lady Smith. I seen a steel and tree in there.
Yeah, like my fucking pull-on boots, the square-toed Rockies that I was just talking about. Man, I could wear them. I could sleep in them bitches. They're so comfortable.
Yeah, Rockport's good. What's fucked up? I got them dress shoes for the monkey suit I had to wear for the wedding, and those things they are flat. They got no insole or anything. Boy, I can wear them motherfuckers all day long. But it's just not very practical to wear suit shoes in the middle of the homestead. You know what I mean?
Wait, did you say practical?
They're not practical. That's why I can't wear them.
Right. But other than that,
they are the fucking shit. As soon as I get to a point, like I'm keeping them because I can't remember how much I paid for them, $30-$40, some shit like that. But fucking when I get to a point to where I can actually start wearing decent fucking clothes without having to worry about getting covered in fucking shit and mud, they will probably be my everyday. But I think that's more wishful thinking. Because
well, I mean, it sounds like you're putting yourself in a box right now.
Well, it's only because I don't want to buy any other shoes. Like I wore these bitches once for like 4 hours, so I got to do something with them. You know what I mean?
I have the same pair of fancy dress shoes that I've had since I was like 22 years old. I think I've worn them a matter of 10 hours in 20 fucking years. You know what I mean?
I have never had dress shoes, and this is the first dress shoes that I've ever had.
Funerals and weddings. That's
pretty
the
much
only thing you get brought out for.
It is not even that. Like I said, my people, like, I don't do funerals like other people do. I'm wearing what I wear. You're dead. What the fuck am I trying to dress up for you for? You're not gonna fucking see me. You know what I mean? And then the weddings. This was the only wedding that I have been to where it was formal. Every other fucking wedding I've been to, you got motherfuckers drunk wearing fucking sweatsuits and shit. You know what I mean? Just butt naked gray sweatpants in the back.
Fucking cut off jeans and a Budweiser shirt.
Yeah.
There's a video of, I'll have to pull it up. I think it's on my Facebook, so I'll have to see if I can fucking get it. But there's a video of me at a wedding, and I was very much intoxicated, and I had a dance off with a very large black gentleman, and we were dancing to the song "Happy" by Pharrell. You know what song I'm talking about?
Yeah.
'Cause I'm happy, bro. I can fucking cut some fucking.
Let's see. Let's get a sample. Who wants to see Hillbilly shake his ass for about 15 seconds? Let's go.
It wasn't my ass I was shaking.
I mean, if you're dancing, your ass is not shaking, is it not?
I'll have to
Don't let the terminology chase you away from your dreams, Twinkle Toes. You know what I mean? Exactly, shit, man. We need receipts in this bitch. You made a claim, sir. We want receipts.
I might have, when I get to Missouri, I might have to resort to dancing on a chicken coop for ones. All right, so
I don't want you to wait till you get here and dance for me, personally. Like, dance for all of us. What the fuck?
I didn't say it was for you. Oh shit! I'll have to try to find it because it's fun. I was very intoxicated and very happy. How is the weather out your way?
It is
Oh. It's not white.
Nope, we got rid of all the white. We got some clouds there in the distance. We're supposed to get some rain sometime pretty soon. I don't know when. But we got some mean looking clouds, and it is what is it, Rabbit? 20s out there right now, 20 something out there right now. Yep, 26. But
26. We are covered in white with more white in our future.
Yeah, we ain't got no white. We ain't had white in a while. I don't think we're gonna. Well, they're talking about we might get some snow sometime here in the next couple of days, but it ain't gonna fucking last. Yeah, because the day after is gonna be like 44 degrees or some shit.
What do you think? Are we early spring or 6 weeks more winter?
No, I think we got a month and a half left of the season. I don't do the fucking Groundhog Day. I think it's a retarded fucking holiday, and somebody needs to sneak in and give Punxsutawney Phil a Colombian necktie and just leave him sitting on like the mayor's doorstep or some shit. I don't appreciate the like I like the tradition of it because it comes from Viking type shit. Bears and badgers, they would pay attention to the season change. If the bear or the badger came out of the cave, seeing itself, then they would kind of, what I mean? So it's a Germanic pagan kind of thing. But when you get a bunch of yuppie white fucking settler sons of bitches in top hats and 3-piece suits and shit running around holding up fucking groundhogs, yeah, I don't respect your holiday. I'm sorry.
Right. In fact, it should be a bunch of guys that look like Mad Shad.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. You give me a fucking berserker or some shit holding up a little black bear cub, I'll fuck with you. You know what I mean?
Right. I am totally aligned with somebody on the 7th floor popping a fucking 17 HMR in that motherfucker when he pops out of the hole and just sends him backwards like this.
Right. just have some fucking JFK type sniper just sitting in a tree waiting on live TV. They just fucking pop Punxsutawney with a 7.62. You know what I mean? The arterial spray is ridiculous. You know what I mean?
Well, the woman was saying that the horses are shedding, and I guess so. Like they'll shed their hair, and when they shed their hair in the wintertime, it usually means that spring is coming. I think it's one of those things like if the cows are laying down, it's going to rain.
See, I've always heard that if. I've always assumed if a cow laid down, it was just tired. But what I was told growing up is whenever the cows get together in a group and do that kind of shit, is pretty much how we used to judge what the weather was going to be like later on that day. Like, oh, goddamn, there's 30 cows in a fucking group over there. We're going to fucking get hit later. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of how we did it.
Something's coming. Right.
Yeah.
The animals know 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like when you get two horses facing in the 69 side-by-side position, one looking that way, one looking that way, that kind of shit. You know what I mean?
Wow, what's that mean?
What?
When the horses are in that position?
It's like they sense a threat or something, so they're watching both ways, so they have like
Oh,
almost a 360 field of view.
yeah, yeah, like predator in the area type deal. Oh, see, I never heard of that one before. Okay. I know like some of the simplistic ones, like not, like the shit where you're in the woods and all of a sudden the fucking birds stop making noise.
Right.
Like something's coming around. You might want to pay attention.
Right.
Shit like that.
That's what I was. I didn't. I ignored that advice earlier. I was just playing some Red Dead Redemption 2, and I didn't pay attention to my horse, so I got ate by an alligator. And then I seen that you were live, so here we are. You, for those of you who do not, Hillbilly is sheltered. He doesn't play video games and he doesn't watch movies, so he's extremely lacking on pop culture. Yes. We're trying to get him educated, with the basics.
I mean, it's maybe, but it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks. You know what I mean?
No, it's not.
You might knock off the rough edges, but you ain't ever gonna smooth me out.
See, I will say that bumper sticker saying is some bullshit, and it's designed to keep you down. I have got a literally 14-year-old fucking dog in the house that is half blind and half deaf, never been on a chain in his life, always just got to pretty much do what the fuck he wanted to do. 3 days with that dog. He is leash trained, and he knocks on the door when he wants to go out. You know what I mean? So you can teach an old dog new tricks. It is very easy. Very easy. What up, Blue? Anybody I missed?
My dog is so thick-skulled that he doesn't want to learn.
Well, that's when you you fuck around and punch this hypothetical dog in his goddamn forehead. You know what I
mean? That fucking knuckle punch with that middle knuckle stick out.
All right.
Yeah. Oh shit.
I'll say, I don't know if Hillbilly said it to you guys, but this man needs some watch hours. So I don't know how many people are in here. Share it out. Tell a friend. Tell people at the grocery store. Hillbilly needs them watch hours, y'all.
Right. Gus. Don't fucking do it.
Now the big dog we inherited when the mother-in-law died back in September. We kind of got tricked into taking it. But yeah, it didn't take him long to learn him at all.
Oh, Declan?
No, not Declan.
Oh,
you haven't seen the new one.
No, Declan was the new one the last time that I knew.
Yeah, the last time you were here, Declan was the new one. I said but that was a meetup the last time you were here. This was just a couple months later, September. We had to run up north and grab a whole bunch of shit, and we grabbed the dog. He's a good dog. He's a fucking sweetheart. He's been abused his whole fucking life and neglected and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just want attention.
Yeah. So I agreed to it under the conditions that, okay, the motherfucker's 13 years old. Any day now, he's gonna die. You know what I mean? No problem. As soon as we get here, start getting him organized. Now he's fucking happy, bouncing around, tail wagging, ears all pokey. I'm like, God damn it, dude! This is not what I was fucking trying to do for you. You know what I mean?
Hey man, that just goes to show you that quality of life matters.
Yeah. I talk shit. He's a good dog. I don't want him, but he's a good. You know what I mean? He's a good dog. I just don't like fucking pets. I don't like the responsibility of pets.
Yeah, it's a lot sometimes.
I was telling the old lady yesterday, I was like, if you move to a close enough spot, I am going to donate either Declan or Chloe is going to be your yard dog if you don't have any animals with you.
Declan's the shit, man. I wanted to kidnap him when I left the meetup.
This is the best dog we ever fucking had.
He's a good dog.
He chases cars everywhere. I don't trust you know what I mean? About 10% of the time, he'll fuck around and chase a car or a four-wheeler. The fucking Amazon guy or UPS guy comes down the fucking road. You know what I mean? We got some stupid yuppie fuck that moved down here last year, and he just feels like he wants to walk his goddamn dog up and down our fucking road, pissing off every fucking animal that he meets. So Declan chases him and attacks his fucking dog. Like, it takes away from too much yard shit. If I'm all the way in the back fucking field, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna stop and run up here and catch this goddamn dog.
Yeah, well, that's part of why you live in the middle of nowhere. So your dog, where you live, your dog, you should not have that motherfucking problem.
Right.
And that fucking guy should have fucking registered after the first or second time that, hey, man, I'm not gonna walk my dogs down this far.
We've had some we've had polite conversations about, this is a private road, right? Why the fuck are you on it? So we've had two discussions like that. One about the dog, one about him trying to think that his side by side has the right of way on the main road. You know what I mean? One of those, like, no, cars have the right of way, and it's a 2-lane fucking road. You're in a side by side driving down the middle of the road at fucking 12 miles an hour. We're gonna have some words. You know what I mean? It's yeah.
Do those things need to be registered there?
The side by sides.
Yeah. Only if you go on like the public road.
Not even then. As long as you got if you got turn signals, headlights, and some kind of like either the flag system or the Mennonite reflective orange triangle to put on the back of it.
Yep. Oh no shit. Good to know. Shit.
That's why I was like, fuck, why even bother getting a new car? I was like, let's just get a goddamn side by side that'll hit like 55 maxed out. I was like, why the fuck do we need to go faster than that?
Right.
You know what I mean? You ain't got to pay sales tax on it. You ain't got to get tags and insurance. What the fuck? Everything we do is in a 20-mile bubble. 55 miles an hour is fast enough for me. You know what I mean? Shit.
Fuck yeah. And when it gets cold out, you can get the cabs for them and shit. The fucking close them in.
That's what I say. I'd be happy with. I want one of those little Chinese trucks. You know what I'm talking about? It's got a motorcycle motor. I want one of those fucking things. I would do it like I did the bike. I'd put light bars. I would fucking paint the whole thing with bed liner. Doomsday the fuck out of that thing.
Yep. There's a couple of them out here. They're fucking sweet. They are so cool. They're lifted. They got like knobby tires on them. Fucking LED lights, light bars, fucking everywhere. They're little workhorses, man.
Yeah, they're the fucking shit.
Yeah.
There's one. You can find them pretty decent for less than. Well, you can find them for about $2,000. You know what I mean?
Oh, see, out here you can't touch one for less than $5,000. They're stupid, and that's even for like a 94 or 95 model.
Well, that's because you live in commie country.
No, I know.
Yeah, a little metropolitan with a bed. Yep, pretty much.
Yep. They started with them out here. We've got we've got a couple universities, but I remember back when I was in like fucking high school, they had similar ones at the university that they'd use for their fucking landscaping and shit like that. And like it just seemed like they blew up. Like public safety drove one, campus security. Yeah.
It's just easier, and it gives you more power and security than a go-kart. And
perfect.
You can find them cheaper than fucking go-karts, which makes no goddamn sense.
Yeah.
Or a golf cart.
Yep. Yeah, perfect for a homestead, man.
Oh yeah, because it's got the fucking dump bed on it. I can drive that bitch in little ass. They're basically little tractor tires, so it's not gonna fuck the yard up too much. A little dump bed, fuck yeah.
Yep. Any kind of acreage. You know what I mean? You probably put a winch on that thing. Fucking, yeah.
And that's what I was saying. It's light enough. Well, I can pick it up at least 6 inches off the ground. So if it gets in a spot to where it's fucking, if we get iced out and run off the ditch, boom.
Yep.
You got a winch on the front, winch on the back. Worst case scenario, you just pick that bitch up and move it over 4 inches at a time until you're lined up. You know what I mean?
Yep. My neighbor's got one of those John Deere. I think it's a Gator. It's one of the 6-wheelers.
Yeah.
But it's the military version, so it's diesel, and it's got like a Super Duty luggage rack on the front.
Yeah.
And then all 3 sides of the bed fold down, and because it was they did that so they could haul out bodies, casual, like soldiers' bodies in the fucking backs of these things.
Right.
Yeah, the thing's pretty wild, dude.
Yeah. That was my first love, was those fucking Gators. Those and hovercrafts. Y'all remember back in the day when you could get a little hovercraft, personal hovercraft and shit?
Yep, those are fucking pretty wild. Gators. Yeah, it's got a. I don't know if it has a certain name or if it's just a certain model that he's got. But
I think it's kind of like calling something a refrigerator or some shit like that, right? Technically, it's an icebox. Refrigerator is the brand. I think this is the same because it's a John Deere Gator technically, but there are, like Kawasaki versions and shit, but I don't know what they're called. So I think Gator just stuck, kind of like Kleenex instead of tissue. You know what I mean? Some things just the name brand takes over.
Damn, Lady Smith.
Some PVC and some plexiglass build you a cab on that thing.
A mule, yeah, I think it's a mule. Yep. I think you're right.
Yeah, first time I ever saw one was in the in the late '80s. The motherfucker had one, the actual John Deere version, because it had John Deere real big down the fucking side. But he had the tracks for it.
Yeah.
So every once in a while, boom, he'd be out there in the fucking. The dude was in a single wide trailer in the middle of town. Imagine that. Yeah, switching over and putting the tracks on and shit. We'd go out through the little swampy marshlands and shit. Fuck that thing was the shit.
Yeah, some of them things are amphibious.
Yeah, they float. They're little boats. That's why I like them so much, is because they're both. I mean, they're slow as fuck in the water, but it's still a goddamn boat. You know what I mean?
Right. Still floats. You still move.
What up, Belly? All of y'all.
Belly, Miss Metal. You're just always going to be Miss Metal. It's kind of hard to call you Billy. Oh, fuck. Man, I'm sore.
What is a poopy zipper?
What?
Lady said they make them out of Nagahide and poopy zippers.
I don't know. 6-wheeled swamp buggy. Yep.
Amphicat. See that? That's one of those things. Would you want to be friends with somebody who goes around, look at my Amphicat? I'd be like, check out my fucking Gator, bro. You know what I mean? Like, which one would you rather hang out with? I'm just saying.
Gus, knock it off.
What is that? Is that sushi? Blue butterfly? What is that emoji? Rice? Sushi? I need fucking glasses, man.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Is it a bobber?
No, that's not a bobber.
I guess it'd be upside down. Huh? Oh, sugar?
An egg in a basket.
Hey, I am still learning a lot of these emojis. For the first 2 years, I was going around giving random motherfuckers hugs and shit. Grown ass men, I was giving them the hug emoji, thinking it was. I mean, I thought the dude was doing like this. I don't know. I mean, but no, I was just hugging random fucking men all over the internet.
How do you confuse
I just,
those two?
I never saw this one. You know what I mean?
So you saw this one?
Well, from what it looks like, I mean, it's just two hands and a face, so it's kind of like, You know what I mean?
I'm glad you figured that out before we started exchanging phone numbers.
Yeah.
Because that'd be super weird.
So I stopped hugging random men on the internet, and right,
There's a group for that.
right.
Oh shit.
Know your emojis, people. Know your emojis. See, look at it. Look at it. It's kind of. It looks like, You know what I mean?
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it
It's
does.
got a fucking creepy smile, and it's like,
Well, that's because all emojis are creepy. I didn't know that there was like 1,000 fucking that you could go through. I was just looking at faces and fingers. You know what I mean?
hug me, I'm needy.
Right. We got that figured out.
See, now Miss Metal thinks you're sweet.
See, I don't even have that guy. Your guy looks anemic and retarded. My guy is blue and defined. You know what I mean? See, each emoji fucking section is different, y'all. Don't fucking judge me.
Each phone is different. Like my phone the other day just on its own fucking shut off and fucking rebooted itself. Now everything is different on the phone. Everything.
Yeah. My shit did that. It's done that like 3 times last year. It did that. It came back, and every time everything was different. And my app shits were in different fucking places too.
It's like not even the same. It's like I got a new phone.
Yeah.
Like how do you like so there fuck. There was a video that I watched yesterday. You know the anonymous channel?
Like the hacker group Anonymous.
Yeah, anonymous official.
Yeah, the boy watching that shit.
Yeah, they put out a video yesterday, and it's all shit that we know what they're doing, but it was a couple of them were like really getting into like why these apps are free, right? Why don't you have to pay to be on Facebook, Instagram? All these apps are free for us, right? They're not free. Every time you go, your fucking information, they have it all. They were saying that they did some kind of study on these phones, and at like 3 o'clock in the morning, there's a surge of information being fucking. They're extracting information from your phones in the middle of the fucking night. Your keystrokes, your Google searches, your fucking likes, your dislike, all of it. They're listening to you all the time. All the fucking time. This shit is not free. All this technology that they have thrown in our fucking face, opened up for us, given us to us, it has cost us our fucking freedom. And I'm just as guilty of it as y'all. I've got Facebook, I've got Instagram, YouTube. I'm fucking guilty of it too. But we have submitted our literal fucking freedom as human beings and Americans to these fucking companies. They have infiltrated our fucking personal life. They're literally listening to if your phone is in your fucking house or in your bedroom, they're listening to you while you're doing fucking unmentionable things. They're listening to you all the fucking time. How much more invasive can it get?
But it was invited in. You know what I mean? So you can't blame a rattlesnake for biting you if you're if you're doing one of them snake handling church type shits. You know what I mean? It's the same thing with technology. Like it'll fuck you up. But you were the one that brought it in. You know what I mean?
And like, how did we, right? For us, especially, like we grew up before there were cell phones. right? We grew up in our growing up age, adolescent type shit is when pagers started to come out, right? So how did we, not fucking growing up with any of this shit, still end up right here? You know what I mean? We're still in it. Like, how does that fucking...
I seen a comment the other day. It was from somebody, I can't remember who the fuck it was or what the topic even was, but they left a comment and fucking they were basically screaming it with all the fucking emojis and shit, or the exclamation points. They're like, you cannot change the American culture, or something along those lines. I can't remember the specific thing, or like, you can't program the entire culture. I was like, but yes, you literally can, from everything that you just said right there. 25 years ago, there was as many cell phone owners as there was trannies right now. You know what I mean? A very fucking small percentage, 0.1%, that kind of shit. So in 20 years, we have gone from completely nothing to fucking newborns are given a goddamn iPad. You know what I mean? So it's extremely easy to persuade and change the American culture just through shiny shit, and that's what happened.
Yep.
It's just the loophole. Like, we can't get mad at, like I said, you can't be mad at the snake for being a snake. Everybody knows that you have to sell your information. Like, if you sign up for the fucking gas credit cards and shit like that, like, oh, you can save 25 cents per gallon, or blah blah blah, 2 cents per whatever, all this stupid shit. But to be able to get those discounts, you have to say, okay, I will give you my email address and my phone number, and let you tell people my email address and my phone number so they can send me information and fucking commercials and shit. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it's the trade-off. Like, oh wow, you saved $76 over the course of 12 months on fucking gas. But the trade-off is you've got 37,000 fucking spam emails and fucking random fucking phone calls talking about, hey, we hear your car warranty's expired, all this other fucking stupid shit. Yeah. So like, we do it to ourselves to save a little bit, but you know what I mean? Yeah. And people don't even do it it's like, they don't even see it as saving for the most part, because you know what I mean, it's just, I will give up everything that I own intellectually wise, my search history, all these things. I will give it up for 5 cents off a gallon of fucking gas. You know what I mean? Like, I don't do that shit. The rewards programs and all that shit, like, no. All my fucking information is not worth 2 cents off. You know what I mean? What do you saving? Less than $1 every time I fill up. You know what I mean? It's not a fucking fair trade-off. It's not worth it. But people think they're getting a deal. It's the same kind of thing, to where I know a lot of y'all do it. You'll be on one side of town, and gas is 5 cents cheaper on the other side of town. So you're like, well, fuck it, I'm going to go over here to this side of town and just get it. But in the long run, you're only saving about 30 or 40 cents. But how much wear and tear and time are you wasting to go save that 5 cents to save less than a fucking $1? You know what I mean? Right. Sometimes the trade-off just makes no fucking sense.
You burned up more than the 40 cents that you saved driving across town. Yep.
Again, and that's, you know what I mean? That doesn't even cover the what ifs. What if there's a car wreck? Boom. Next thing you know, you're stuck in traffic for 2 hours fucking idling.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Over 40 fucking cents.
Yeah, I see comments here in the chat about the Roombas and the cameras. Anything that's hooked up to your Wi-Fi or a Bluetooth is vulnerable. Unless you have closed circuit camera system, which I have here, you're open to being hacked, to being tracked, to being mapped. We've seen that multiple times with the Ring cameras. There's been shit on the news where the fucking Ring camera systems get hacked and all that shit.
Oh yeah,
all of it. Anything,
even baby monitors. It's easy as fuck to fucking hack a baby monitor. You know what I mean?
Yep. Even as fucking bizarre as it sounds, your Bluetooth headphones has the ability to be tracked and hacked to be listened in on. That's fucking that. You know what I mean?
That's why you get 17 pages of term agreements you have to sign for every app or every fucking little function that you get, because they know nobody is reading the full terms of service to play Angry Birds. You know what I mean? But do you know what the fuck you're giving up to be able to play that Angry Birds? And that's how they get you, because everybody's too lazy to do their due diligence. Like, I know it fucking sucks. The same with like a phone contract, all that. You know what I mean? Like, who actually sits and reads the fine print? Because you're going to be there for fucking hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 0.0000001%.
And that's how they fucking get you.
Yeah, Wi-Fi crockpot, the fucking Bluetooth refrigerators, all that shit, man.
Because that was a big deal. That's why they Pokemon Go was the first fucking what is it, TikTok kind of thing. Remember? Because they were sending people into just random coordinates, and they thought they were geo mapping the entire country, military bases and shit. Some of these fucking kids and grown ass men playing fucking Pokemon Go ended up in the middle of a fucking military bases to catch a fucking Charizard and shit. You know what I mean?
Yep. I had grown ass men when I was working at Asplin that were my groundmen while I'm driving the fucking truck to the job site, and they're supposed to be fucking, second set of eyes, grown ass men on their fucking phone chasing fucking Pokemon.
Right.
Like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck is this?
Geomap the entire country.
Yeah. They'd walk off the job site, bro, and walk, 100 yards down the road and be like, bro, what are you doing? Oh, there's a Pokemon right down here. What the fuck?
I would even go so far. See, that's where freedom kind of has, there's no gray area in freedom. You either got it or you don't. So I understand how we shouldn't have to regulate photos in public, as far as like Google Earth and fucking the drones with the cameras and shit on them, to where they could take pictures of people's property. You know what I mean? All that kind of shit. What up, Shorty?
What up, Shorty?
But at the same time, like, when is it too much to where any one of us can literally go jump on Google Earth right now and look at our house from the last time the fucking satellite went around? You know what I mean? I think that's too fucking much. But how does that line up with freedom? You know what I mean? It's one of those things.
Yeah, I mean, damn. That that right there kind of is it does borderline cross invasion of freedom. Like, yeah, I don't know. That's a tricky one.
I guess it comes down to how much of the air above your physical land do you actually own? It was like 40 foot, somewhere in that range. Because, I mean, there's a height limit on how far I could fly a drone on my neighbor's property. I don't know what the specific number is, but
but if you had a tree that was on the property line, and that tree was 100 foot tall, you have the right to trim every branch on that tree that is over your property. So if 100 feet up, that tree is hanging over your property, you have the right to trim that all the way up. At least here. I don't know about if states are different, but right.
Oh.
So
I'm trying to push the buttons and shit like I'm fucking.
Oh, why were you trying to show?
Oh, the rabbits. He said 50 foot up. See, that's what I was thinking. 40, 50 foot, somewhere in that range. But see, I could see how there would be a tree exception, though. You know what I mean? That would be like a caveat. Yeah, pretty much, Leslie. Yeah, they know everything, and we can't do shit about it. That's why every once in a while, you're just walking around by yourself and you're carrying your phone around. Just say random fucking crackhead things, you know, whether it be assaulting former politicians, hypothetically. You know what I mean?
Oh, I do that
Every
shit all the time.
right,
But
every once in a while, just be like, "Fuck you, China." You know what I mean? Like,
when I'm fucking by myself, or like especially if I'm here by myself and I'm out back, dude, I talk to myself like crazy. Like it's probably borderline. Maybe I should get some kind of fucking help. You know what I mean?
yeah, I could see that.
Yes, I talk to myself. My phone's always in my pocket. Like I have fucking YouTube premium, so I can fucking put anything on YouTube, close my screen, stick my phone in my pocket, and just listen while I'm fucking doing shit. And that's pretty much what I do all the time. It's either YouTube or Pandora. Hutch knows because I've been sending him shit all the time lately. But so I just listen and listen and listen, and just because that phone's going doesn't change anything else. So I'll fucking swear out loud, or I've said shit on purpose to fuck with the system to see if a black SUV would come rolling around the circle.
Heathen,
I mean,
right?
it hasn't happened yet, you know.
Give it time. Well, I mean, I guess you're good for the next 4 years on that now, so that's
Should,
nice.
right?
As far as American intervention, China's still listening to us.
Yeah, but we ain't shit to China. You know, we're a fucking speck of sand on the fucking big old beach.
No, the way to defeat the culture from inside is to be able to find out what the culture's talking about on the inside. They've got fucking psychological profiles on every region of this fucking country. You know what I mean? What they can get. That's how they get the predictive programming for the ads they send you and all that other shit.
Yep. Yep. But the real motherfuckers that are gonna do shit that are gonna make a difference aren't doing it within hearing distance of a fucking listening device.
Well, you'd hope so. It is 2025. You never know anymore.
I personally, when I have conversations with a fella or two that we don't want shit being heard. Like our phones literally will stay home. That's part of the deal. Is you fucking leave your phone at home, and usually like my truck I don't have to worry about, but he's got a newer one, and we'll walk with 100 yards or so away from the vehicles and fucking discuss what we got to discuss.
Right, Lady Smith. Yeah, that happens to me at least 3 or 4 times a week. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, I heard that the other day. That you're thinking of something and then you get an ad for it.
Yeah, I'm thinking once I get the greenhouse completely wrapped in solid, I'm gonna put a little ammo can Faraday cage out on the front. That way, the greenhouse is gonna be my no phone zone.
Drop your phone in the box before you go in.
Yep.
That's good.
Even thinking about getting some fucking jammers, because I know they work. I used to work at Sonic back in the day when I first got out from my vacation, and the manager bought some little jammers that had like a 30-foot range, and set them up on the top of the fucking stove and shit. That way, people wouldn't be playing on their phones during the shift and shit. So they work pretty fucking good. Have fun, Leslie.
It's happened when I've been like somebody was telling me about something. Like, oh, did you hear such and such happen? And I was like, no. And then fucking 20 minutes later, I'll go on Facebook or YouTube, and that's like one of the things that pops up.
Yeah.
That's good.
They're in our heads, man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They're fucking listening all the time.
I'm wondering if they're going to do. I would like to see some kind of study done over the next 4 years of just, I mean, obviously would have to be only short-term results, but compare medically, go in and completely compare the pure bloods against those who have taken the shot. Some motherfuckers brag that they've took the shot up to 7 goddamn times. You know what I mean? So I would like to see a study if anything has changed between the pure bloods and those who were forced to take that vax, because they might be able to pull off a human rights violation, if you know what I mean, if there's a significant difference in my head, you know what I mean, which would completely annihilate any kind of pardon, because you can't pardon somebody for human right, like genocide type shit, you know what I mean? So there is a potential that there could be some international crimes, because I mean they pushed the shot to a lot of countries. So
I mean, I can't say that it's because of that reason, but I can say that I've seen what I think to be a significant change in somebody in the last couple of years after they were made to take that for employment reasons.
Yeah, same. I know a couple people who were fucking, after they took it, you just noticed the personality was like, it was done. You know what I mean? Like it was almost a fucking zombie, you know what I mean? Emotionally kind of thing.
Yep. Hence why I'm kind of in the situation I'm in, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so that's one thing I can say. Yeah, behaviorally, yeah. Yep. Personalities were completely fucking changed.
Yep, and you know, I think that was probably part of the outcome of the experiment that they were looking for. You know, to not be a free thinker, to not have the fucking will to do anything but be a hamster wheel on the system or in the system.
All right.
You know,
hell, even a flip phone can be tracked and hacked.
Yeah, I mean, we all fucking use it. We all need it. We all wouldn't be here without it. But you know, there needs to be limitations on it that we need to set as individuals for ourselves, whether that's screen time, possession time, right? Like when you go out and do yard work, you don't keep your phone in your pocket listening to fucking Pandora. You leave it on the kitchen counter.
Right.
You know, whatever. Like we as individuals need to make our own rules on the usage of the phone, where the phone goes, what the phone knows, right? Like that's on us as individuals, personal responsibility. And I'm, like I said, I'm fucking guilty of it too. I'm not trying to be no preacher, but we need to have that personal responsibility with the technology that we're using. You know?
Right. That's why I say analog. We need to go back to analog technology, where it's fucking cassette tapes, CDs, DVDs. You know what I mean? Like that kind of shit. Get away from all the fucking all the nonsense. I would even say, if you like playing apps on your phone, get a fucking PlayStation, because you don't have to have it connected to the internet. You know what I mean? You can get those same kind of games on different platforms. You know what I mean?
I was just about to put my PS2 up for sale.
Well, yeah, you can pretty much get rid of that. You're not going to find any games for it.
I've got like 3 or 4. Cabela's Hunting, Need for Speed 2, and I don't know, some like war fighting game.
Your choice in video games is, I'm just saying, we're going to catch you up to speed, sir.
Nah, I've never been a video gamer. My biggest accomplishment in the video game world was fucking 007. That I was a fucking rock star at that game. Other than that, nah.
We'll get you there. We'll get you there.
Nah.
Oh yeah.
You'd have to get me super fucking stoned on like a do nothing day to get me to play a video game.
You'll see, sir. How many of those do nothing days do you have where you're super fucking stoned, just sitting around watching fucking trash TV or some shit like that?
Not
Getting
many.
lost in shorts for 3 or 4 hours.
Nah, not many. I do this instead. I've been on here for 2 hours instead of scrolling, you know.
Watch.
Fuck,
I want y'all remember this. Everybody in this chat, remember this, that he refused, and I said it's going to happen. So in exactly 1 year from now, or whenever he gets out of Connecticut, we're gonna readdress this issue, and you're gonna hear this man say, "You were right, Hutch, and I apologize." So just look forward to that in your futures. I'm just saying.
I will never.
We get you on the big screen, let you slap a couple hookers, blow up a couple cop cars. You're hooked. You're done. You get a little fucking GTA lap dance.
Oh, I've got the fucking GTAs. I forgot about that. I've got like 1, 2, and 3. Is it San Andreas? No, it's not San Andreas. It's another one. Yeah, I do have those for fucking the PS2. Maybe I will fucking break that shit out today.
See?
Those games are dope. I'll get into some GTA. Yep. And I used to have all the fucking cheat codes and shit for like unlimited ammo and fucking all the shit. Yeah.
Yeah. GTA 6 will be coming out this year.
I would be interested to play a fucking like the up to date version of that. You know, think
I've
how
got
old.
4 in there. If you had a, well, we'll get you set up. We'll get you caught up. Yeah, Minecraft. I think he'd like Minecraft. The simpleness of it. He would talk shit at first, and then 3 hours later, he'd be stuck. I guarantee you, he'd be building little log cabins and shit.
I've only heard of it. I've never seen it.
Minecraft, it's
Isn't that all like the pixelated shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it works. I'm just saying it works. I don't know. It's like fucking Baby Shark. You know what I mean? Just somehow it fucking works. You know what I mean?
Baby Shark. No, I don't know. Oh, didn't one of the fellas share that out? Or we watched? Somebody showed me because I had no idea what the fuck they were talking about.
What, Baby Shark?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Billy's favorite song.
Can I? I don't know how to search that shit while I'm on here. I'll end up shutting the screen down.
What are you trying to search for?
Baby Shark.
Do Baby Shark. Do.
Oh my god! No, I'm on StreamYard, so I'd have to probably go to YouTube.
Yeah, it's just it's one of those fucking retarded ass kid fucking songs, and it got like billions of fucking views, so it was just everywhere.
Dude, I used to love playing the fucking Oregon Trail on the computer.
Oh, that was my shit. I would love to get a fucking. I've been trying to find a copy of it.
Imagine if they made like a updated version of that game.
That's what I'm. I think they have, but it's only on PC.
Yeah. See, if you could get
like a couple years ago
or something, that'd be wild. With today's technology, the same game, same fucking like everything, just with like new graphics and shit, maybe a little twist. Yeah. That'd be fucking wild.
Well, you can make it fucking badass now.
Fuck yeah.
Fucking Indian attacks and shit. Yeah, Gmo Nana was talking about the Starlink. Yeah, that shit freaks me out. I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
What's that? The internet?
Yeah, Elon Musk got the satellite internet.
Yep.
And it's fucking amaze balls apparently. But the conflict that I have with it is he's trying to make a phone company that's basically turns all the cell phones into satellite phones, which gives him full control and access over every single phone on the planet, which will literally work anywhere on the planet. Like he's I don't know if he's there yet, but he's fucking every remote point of this fucking planet is going to be able to have 5G no matter where the fuck you're at. Like he's almost there. But it's going to have to be through his phone. You know what I mean? That's what freaks me out.
Skynet.
Right? Because like, is he going to give the same access to Apple and Android to have that same? You know what I mean? Or is it just going to be strictly no? You've got to have this Skynet phone, otherwise, you know what I mean? Which kind of gives him full ownership of the communication market, which I don't like. I don't like it at all. Yeah.
Huh. It's predictive programming. You know, we talked about this, and like between the movies, and I started watching one last night. And I fell asleep, called Humane. That shit's fucking wild, dude.
Yeah, we're about to see some weird shit. This last 100 years is the biggest technological jump of any civilization in the history of ever. You know what I mean? At least that's been written down. So imagine what the next fucking 100 years is going to be. Imagine what 2000 to 2000 or 21,000 or whatever. I'm fucking high. Leave me alone.
100 years from now.
100 is going to like from 2000 to 2100. Imagine what that jump in technology is going to be. Yeah. Just based off what we've seen from 1900 to 2000. Fucking ridiculous amount on a global scale. You know what I mean? Nobody's ever seen no shit like that. And then just in the last 25 years from 2000 to now, this 25 years has made the last 100 years look, what the fuck is that? You know what I mean? That's fucking caveman shit. So imagine the next 75, it's going to be fucking.
It's going to be a cyber world.
Right? It's fucking crazy. 2 generations away from people having robot sex doll girlfriends that are completely AI running around. Watch.
Some of them, those are already out there. Somebody's already fucking beta testing them out, like Rabbit said with the fucking phone companies. Somebody's already testing these fucking things out.
Oh yeah, there's already a market for it.
Yeah,
but once it becomes more commercialized, you know what I mean, more acceptable. What do they say? 67% of American men prefer to just be single than deal with all the drama and the political speak and the defiance and all this other shit of the modern woman. You know what I mean? Men are like, fuck it, I can hang out with the dudes, fuck a robot, go to work. You know what I mean? Be happy. Like it's
cook for me and give me the V.
Right. I mean it's fucked up as it is to say, there is a giant chunk of the global population that's pushing for this. Literally hundreds of millions of people across the fucking planet are ready for that now.
Mm-hmm. If you haven't watched the movie Subservient, it fucking lays it right out there.
Yeah, the future is gonna be fucking weird, man. So fucking
I gotta put some wood in the fire.
That's why I told the boy, I was like, man, I'd be scared to be your fucking age right now, running around the world. Like, there's some weird shit going on. I know every generation before is like, oh, these kids nowadays fucking, they're killing the world. You know what I mean? The boomers said that about the fucking hippie generation. And so, you know what I mean? But I don't know. I think this younger generation, it's a whole different fucking animal. It's fucking weird.
It's definitely not what we're used to.
I never thought I'd live in a world where people were willfully stupid. You know what I mean?
And choose to be blind.
Right? Like all you have to do is like stop and fucking look, people watch. People watching will teach you a whole fucking lot about culture and society. And just sit back every once in a while, sit at Walmart, 20, 30 minutes on the chair, and literally just fucking people watch. I mean, hang out at a gas station for about an hour, just fucking watch people. You're like, God damn, this, you know what I mean? You hear some shit at places like that, you know what I mean? Because, I mean, seriously.
I do it. I mean, I don't sit there, but when I go to the fucking Walmart or whatever, like I try to be fucking in and out. But I look at other people and I like, I don't know. I have that mindset. I did security for a bunch of years. So I have that mindset of I look at everybody. Everybody that I can fucking lay eyes on. When I walk past an aisle, I look down the aisle, visual. I visual fucking everything. And as much of a stoner as I am, I have that that memory that if something happened, I would remember the person that I set eyes on. Like I'm pretty good about that shit. So when I go out, I'm fucking looking at everybody and I'm like, holy fuck, like you came out in public looking like that? What the Yeah.
Yeah, people watching is fucking backwoods.
Backwoods in the house. What up, bro?
Yeah, people watching is fun. Because I learned that when I was on my vacation and growing. Oh, I will be. I mean, I'm kind of going squirrel. Yesterday, I started working on the hutchography part 2, so that will be. I'm working on it, but it brought me back to remembering how do you develop your situational awareness, and I was kind of debating. I was like, well, you figure if you could just take every individual and just throw them straight into the fire, and by that I mean like a bad situation that's dangerous. You will either become a victim, or your situational awareness skills will be fucking off the fucking charts. You know what I mean?
I still swear to God, you did not meet me the first time, bro. I swear. There's no way.
He did. He tried to put his hand out, and you just turned your back on him, from what I remember, and walked away.
Was that the time? Was that the first time when I was up there with Elusive?
I have no idea. I honestly can't remember if you two were ever in the same area at all. I could have sworn that when we had the smoke circle going around Pop B's truck, that you guys were over there.
The first,
I can't remember.
Yeah, see, I don't remember. I think it's all a hoax.
Well, Rabbit, that sounds like your fault for being antisocial. What the hell?
I was antisocial the first year. I was a little antisocial.
Why would you do that?
I don't know.
You said he was talking with Ghost. You met Ghost, didn't you?
Yeah, I met Ghost. Yep.
There's a video out there somewhere of Hillbilly and Elusive trying to put up Lady Smith's goddamn castle tent, and me and AJ just laughing.
Metal, what up, bro? That's where I first met Rabbit.
See, was Hillbilly in the circle, Metal? I can't remember. He might have been putting his hammock up.
I don't remember. There was a lot of pots involved that day.
This is true. You can't expect somebody with baby lungs to remember meeting folks. So
what's up, y'all?
Why would you say that about Backwoods?
Because Backwoods would have said it about me.
That's true.
Pretty much.
That's true.
Is it supposed to rain or anything up there over the next couple of days, Hutch?
We're supposed to get estimated up to 10 inches of snow sometime this week, but I'm not exactly sure when.
Well, if it looks like we can
Post it, Lady Smith.
if it looks like it ain't gonna snow or whatever for the next day or two, I may try to head up there tomorrow because it's supposed to rain like hell here. So I ain't gonna be able to work. And this weekend, I was gonna come up there, but my water heater went out Friday night. My wife wakes me up Saturday morning. She's like, "Hey, is there supposed to be a bunch of water pouring out of that pipe coming out of the front of the house?" And I was like, "No." It's the drain, from the water heater pan. Well, it was just pouring out. I was like, "Son of a bitch." So I
Did
went up.
anything freeze up? Any busted pipes or anything like that?
No, it was a water heater when I went up because it's upstairs in a freaking closet upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
So I got up there and it's a gas water heater, so it's got the vent, and it was spraying inside there. You could hear it. See it spraying coming out the bottom. I was like, shit. So I go and get the water heater. I shut everything down. Go get the water heater. Get back. I got the water heater out where I could get in there. The pipe going to, where it goes down, it was all corroded and shit. And because I was trying to hook that new one up, it started leaking. And because it was over the weekend, I was like, well, I'll just hook it up and you know what I mean, and try to fix it Monday where I can go and get parts and stuff. No, it started leaking real bad, man. And I was like, son of a bitch. So I had to go back to Home Depot yesterday or Lowe's yesterday because I've got polybutylene in the wall. Well, I don't have any crimper tools or anything like that. And so I got a shark bite fitting. All right, to put on there. Got a female adapter, a male adapter, one that goes inside the shark bite, so I can change it over to copper to put my flex line on. Get back, put all that on, everything, get it on there, make sure everything's real good. Go out there, turn the water on. The old lady's like, nope, turn it off. It's like, what? Go back up there. It was spraying out of the shark bite fitting. So I was like, son of a bitch.
What the fuck?
Fucking shark bite, man.
Well, I went over there. The damn shark bite fitting was broke. It's got because to go in that polybutylene, it's got a little insert on the inside, that slides down.
The plastic piece.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And that part was broke. And I was like, well, son of a bitch. I had to go back to Big Public last night. It's an hour there and an hour back. Wow. So I went there twice yesterday and I got another shark bite because, my wife needed, both my wife and my daughter were, my daughter went back to college this morning and my wife went to her office. So they both needed showers this morning. So I had to go get it fixed, man. Dude. So I got the second shark bite and I got it in there. I checked it, man, did everything. Got it all, got the water turned back on. And what I did was it was trying to drip just a little bit. So I told my wife, I said, go turn the water on, the hot water, because the water heater was already warm, and let that pipe get real, real hot. And I just kept sitting in there messing with it a little bit, forming it in there, and it quit leaking. So I got a buddy here that's a plumber. And he just his office is just their shop, is just right off the hill here. So I'm going to go over there and I'm pretty positive he has polybutylene stuff,
Right.
Because, that shit's up here, in our area. So I'll have to, I'm going to go hit him up and see if I can borrow his little crimper tool and buy a ring and a fitting from him, and then go from there to copper or whatever I need to, to a fitting. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, the pecs that I have. The only problem I have with the pecs is I've got one shark bite fitting where they split off to the water heater and to the sinks and all that, the toilet and all that other shit. That's the only, and it's a slow fucking drip. So I got to replace that with the crimp thing. But I fucking love that pecs. That shit is
Yeah.
very.
Well, the thing that sucks about it is the polybutylene and PEX are different.
It's a different system.
Oh yeah, polybutylene is completely different than PEX. The fittings don't work from PEX to polybutylene.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
it's
Yeah,
more of a solid pipe.
no, it's well, it's you remember have you ever gotten one of them real old water hoses, and you know how they're kind of like
Yeah.
like if you try to cut one, it'll smash on you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's polybutylene.
Oh, okay.
It's gray. It's gray.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's almost it. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yep.
Yeah. It's like yeah. That shit sucks,
No,
man.
PEX is the red and the blue stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you gotta, all the getting the crimping tool and the rings and all that. Like I found a bag of rings, but you got to buy a whole fucking bag of them, man. And it was like $25 or $30 for a whole bag of them, and then the tool was like $40 or $50, And I was like,
yeah, the one I had, the crimping tool I had to get for the pecs was like $37 fucking dollars. I was like, it's the only fucking, literally the only thing you stuck. You have to get it.
yeah, PEX is good shit. That polybutylene sucks. But I know, like I said, up here, there's a lot of it installed in houses up here. And I know when I worked for that other plumber, we had all the shit to fix polybutylene. It's a crimp ring, just like PEX.
That's the way a lot of the new construction houses are going.
PEX.
It's cheaper. It's more efficient. You know what I mean? It'll stretch with the freeze.
Yep.
Yeah, PVC is the thing that I'm having the most. It's the easiest to work with, at least as far as I'm concerned. But it's the thing that I have to replace literally every fucking year. So this year I'm getting rid of all my copper. I'm getting rid of all my PVC, and I'm rerunning insulated wire PEX. You know what I mean? I'm redoing my whole shit when it gets warm.
But I'm thinking about trying to come up there to either tomorrow or the next day, man. I gotta see. Like I said, I gotta go and get with my buddy here in a little bit and borrow his crimp tool and buy. I'll buy a ring and a fitting from him and fix it over right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That shark bite was just to get us by.
Temporary fix.
Yeah.
Fucking $17 fitting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think the PVC stands up well to the change in temperature.
That shit gets brittle real quick.
I think that stuff is more designed for like inside controlled environment.
That was the problem I had this year. Is every time where I had the crack at, I would try to cut it off a decent distance back, muffin top. But every time I would get into it, it would crack farther on down the line. So it's like, what? You know what I mean? You just got to replace everything from the fucking the tees to the whole fucking stretch. So.
Yeah, the CPVC. That's what I was fixing to say. Is for hot water. Because the PVC will get brittle.
That sucks.
Yeah, I got some plans for the pump house this year. I'm trying to redo everything. As I said, now that Ohio's daddy is going to make us to where we can have money and shit again, I'm trying to figure out my shopping list of the most practical fucking shit that I could possibly think of. You know what I mean? And that's fucking. I want enough spare parts and pieces to where I can rerun my water line 10 fucking times if something breaks. You know what I mean? Like I'm just trying to stockpile the good shits.
I heard y'all. I was listening to y'all on the phone when I was messing around earlier before I come out here, and I heard y'all saying something about that T-Mobile or rather the Starlink.
Mm.
Yeah.
T-Mobile is offering that shit for like till July for free. Starlink. Anybody.
Damn.
You just got to sign up for it. So what is y'all's reservations about Starlink?
Global surveillance.
Well, I mean, what we were kind of discussing this in the backstage this weekend, and about this all this surveillance and stuff, and I heard y'all mentioning earlier that y'all could. It's getting to the point to where now, when you almost think something, you're getting ads for it on your phones. Your phone is surveilling you all the time.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's all, you already got a surveillance all the time. And
Yep.
I don't know, I like, for me, like up at deer camp, Starlink would be perfect, man.
Right.
It's
I'm not opposed to people getting it, because that's probably what we're going to end up looking into for something
DTC.
reliable out here for internet.
What is DTC? What did they say?
Direct to cell.
Yeah.
Oh, direct to sale. Yeah.
I mean,
Like, I think there's going to be benefits for it, just like the internet. There's benefits for it. You know what I mean? Fuck yeah, it's going to be awesome to be able to not lose signal anywhere. You know what I mean? You can be out on the fucking side of the wall.
It trips me out because everybody's like, I don't trust Elon to have my personal information, and it's like, fucking everybody out there's got your personal information.
right.
Well, hold on real quick. I don't know if anybody understands or knows this or not, but you do know, before Donald Trump got in office, like a couple of months before, you do know that China hacked our treasury, right? Does anybody know this? Because they were pretty quiet. They tried to keep it hush hush. China hacked our treasury and got every fucking body's information, every fucking body's shit. They were in our shit for a pretty good while before they realized and shut them down. They downloaded everybody's fucking information.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about with the Pokemon Go shit, to where they've already geo-mapped everything about this fucking country. They know what the inside of your house looks like.
Any Cash App you got has all your fucking personal information. They got your bank account number. They share that shit with y'all. It's so funny to me because everybody thinks I ain't doing that because they'll get my personal information. Man, fucking everybody has your personal information, guys.
Right. They're just all upset about it now because it's somebody that they don't like.
It's a face to the control is what it is. Right. Like we were talking about earlier, like everybody knows, like, you give up your information to save 3 cents on fucking gas every once in a while. You know what I mean?
Anybody,
so like they're already in there, but it's the fact that you be like, oh, this one guy is literally going to have the access for the satellite that runs the global thing. You know what I mean? To where it's like, oh, the one guy is in control of all. You know what I mean? It's more of one of those kind of things. You know what I mean?
The one guy that Trump hired that works for Trump.
Well, see, that's the thing. Is even if Trump did it, I would be like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Because, like, I don't like that one man as an emperor kind of fucking thing. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much how I base shit off of that. Is like, if this one man is the one who controls the single satellite or the single system of satellites that gives global information, like, why is one man allowed to be that powerful to where he literally controls every bit of information on every inch of this planet? You know what I mean? Like, that in itself is kind of like, ugh. You know what I mean?
It's a little creepy. There's always more to what we know anyway. So that whole Starlink thing, like, to the public eye, it gives internet to everybody or anybody everywhere or whatever. But really, behind the fucking curtain, it's also doing E, F, and G. But then we're not. The general public's not going to know about EF and G. They're just gonna know, oh, I can be anywhere and get internet. Oh, you can see the fucking satellite going, whatever. I've seen them literally fucking fly over Connecticut. Like, it's pretty fucking cool.
See, like, like I said, it's the double-edged sword. But if there were at least 2 or 3 more companies that were on the same level of providing that kind of service, I wouldn't be as paranoid about it. It's the monopoly aspect that's scary. You know what I mean? Like there's no competition on his level, and that's what's dangerous. Because when you're always winning, you know what I mean. You're not scared to take fucking risky chances that could fuck around and cost you the entire game. You know what I mean? Like there has to be competition. That's what freaks me out.
You know, I talked about it years ago. I people that had used debit cards and everything. Well, because we were talking about this over the weekend, and the system is there. It's been there for a while. It's just, you know what I mean. Everybody that has a debit card, for one, is in the system. You've been using the digital banking system for a while, and I talked about too, like these right here.
Yep.
These are on every fucking thing, man. They know what you buy. They know what you do. They're listening to us right now, man.
Every baby born after 1990 has its DNA, its fingerprints, and its footprints on file somewhere in some fucking mainframe. Anybody who's ever been to jail has their DNA on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Anybody that's had blood work done, they got all your shit.
Yep. Yeah, HIPAA rules don't deter the DOJ or the CIA type. You know what I mean? They don't really care about those.
Well, it just trips me out, man. How people are. I ain't doing this. I ain't doing this over here because they'll have all my information, man. They already got all your fucking information, man.
All right.
So everyone, if you got an app on your phone, everybody's got your information, man. They fucking all sell that shit. Internet service, they do the same thing. Man,
that's what I don't understand about the people who don't show their faces. I mean, sometimes the ones that are super paranoid. I can't let people see who I am because the feds and shit are like, dude, you had to create a Google account to even do this. Like, what the fuck are you talking? Who are you hiding from?
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. The guy that drove his own car to the bank to rob it, but wore a mask.
Right.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty much so, man. It just, and talking about that stuff this weekend, it's the shit is here, man. It's coming. It's here. The digital system, the currency and all that shit. I mean, it's, they got police cars now that most all new police cars all come with. They've got this deal, this camera on there, and it scans your car. It does that 360.
License plate reader.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? That how they've got that 360 on these vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they can tap into that shit and look at you while you're sitting next to one of them vehicles, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Have you seen like some of these vehicles? They got that 360 view.
Oh yeah, I've been looking into it because there's a lot of bikers who got the 360 cam, and that shit just looks fucking badass.
It does look badass because I was watching a guy yesterday. And,
what is it mounted on though?
It's got a pole. It's a 360 camera, but it's got a pole that connects. So it you know what I mean? It's got a swivel and a rotation on it. But when you get the video, you go in and it's got depending on the camera you get, obviously, but you can just go in and it takes it automatically takes the pole out. That way it gives you the 3D feel.
Oh, because I've seen some of those videos and I'm like, how the fuck are they doing that? Like, is it because I know some of those drones will follow you. You can set it like 6 feet away and it'll follow you like up to 40 miles an hour or some shit.
Well, this guy was watching some other dude that was starting to do some crazy shit. You know, he's acting out, you know, being stupid. And he had a car that had that 360 view, and he was apparently you can control it. And he was fucking turning the camera, watching the guy the whole time. And they were talking about how the police can, if that they can get the 360 view on their deal too, and they can fucking look at you while you don't even realize they're watching you and shit. It's a trip.
Some of these new fucking Fords and Chevys, they come with that goddamn 360 view, and it's just standard. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they got you going and coming, man. You're not going to escape it, man. I mean, people can say they've got property out in the middle of nowhere and they don't, but if they're online, they got you, man. You know.
And most people that are out in the middle of nowhere are online.
Or you guys have seen that fucking YouTube channel where the guy just randomly goes through Google Earth and sees random shapes in the middle of nowhere and like, fuck it, I'm gonna walk out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They may not right away be able to put you with the house, but you know they've got your house, your address. Fuck, you ain't hiding from nobody, man. It's
ain't nothing secret in this goddamn country.
No. Hell, I seen where they've got them them police vehicles now. They've been testing them, and I guess they approved them because they work so well. That cop, if you're trying to run from the police, they can come up on you now, and they deploy this fucking rope thing. It goes out and gets in your fucking tires.
Oh yeah.
It just wraps up.
Yeah, fucking crazy.
Hit the brakes, man, and fucking stop you and shit. Yeah.
Yep. Like a fucking roping a fucking calf.
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen those. Those have been out for a little while. I've seen videos of those for a couple of years now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They've been testing them for a couple of years, and they're pretty much convinced you know, because they do work. I mean,
I'm pretty sure they have some that shoot like a probe into the vehicle, and it will electronically shut it down.
Yeah, a little jammer.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I signed up for that Starlink deal last night because I want to try it. I want to see, because man, there's a lot of places I go that I don't get any service, you know, and especially at deer camp. And I've been thinking about getting it anyway. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna just see if it's any good or not.
Right.
Can we get a wrench up in here to share this link out for Ronnie? Let's see what he's got on there. He's got a 360 channel.
Where's the 360 channel? I mean, I'm looking at your.
He said it's called Unhappily Houseless.
He said, we will probably get Starlink out here just because it's going to be the most practical thing for where we're at.
And but how does that work? Does that only do you get internet all the time?
Allegedly. I haven't heard anybody complain about it. I haven't heard anything other than conspiracy theory. I haven't heard a single bad thing about the Starlink shit. I admit I haven't done too much digging into it, but I've only heard good things.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, that
right now. Yeah, anytime you drive through town, you got ATM cameras, you got the, parking lot cameras, you got gas station cameras. Driving by, who knows who's got a dash cam anymore? You know what I mean?
You got one too, Rabid? I know somebody else that's got one, and they fucking love it, man. They said they love their Starlink, man. They was like, dude, they're like, man, every time I go somewhere, before a fucking cell phone service would drop off or something, ain't never got no service. And they was like, shit, got that. They was like, if you can see the sky, you got service. Don't make a fuck where you're at.
Right, Metal? It's like, I don't understand how she can be such a fast mod if she can't even type in the name of the damn channel.
I know she can't even. I know when she types, man, you gotta have like some kind of decode and shit to figure out what she says.
She got a quantum computer fucking translator to help her figure that shit out that quick.
Right? Shit.
That's one thing I'm gonna have to get used to moving out there is not having the quality of service that I have.
I mean, the service ain't bad. Like all this is my deal right here. I mean, and it's just the. I mean, it works just fine.
Yeah.
But that I only use it for the YouTube. You know what I mean? If I want to start playing games and the wife wants to get on a computer of her own and all that other shit, the boy and his old lady sometime this year might be coming back out this way. You know what I mean? So it's just a single hotspot ain't gonna do it.
You use what do you use for music?
My ears.
Your ears?
Yeah, you ain't never heard of that?
Yeah.
Man, my ears is fucking awesome, dude.
You don't listen to music?
Yeah, you go through my ears.
Yeah.
Have you not ever?
Oh, yeah. He's some bitch. Oh, the chat got it fucking 3 minutes ago.
Shit.
No, I have a Bluetooth speaker that's got the radio on it, or I will turn on the YouTube, and I got a music playlist on YouTube. You just put it on the tripod in the middle of the field and let it fucking play.
Yep. Got me.
You know what your problem is here, Billy? You haven't smoked enough pots yet. I think that's what's wrong with you.
I know. I think you need to smoke another one. Yeah, like I said, I originally planned on coming up there this weekend, man. Our water heater went out, so I've been dealing with that freaking all weekend. Stupid thing. Fucking $800 later by the time I bought parts and everything.
Right.
We got a water heater. It's gas.
At least you didn't have to pay somebody to put it in.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that was a son of a bitch getting it up them stairs, man. That thing weighs 160 pounds, And
Did you have help? Did your boy help you, or did you do it yourself?
No, my boy's in Tennessee.
Okay.
My boy's
I'm just imagining that box was it like a normal size water heater? Because I'm imagining that the box was like pretty much the same height as you, and I'm just laughing.
Oh, it was a little taller than I was. Actually, it's a 50-gallon water heater, man.
Oh yeah,
I had to grab that thing. Well, see the cloth, dude. The water heater is 20, right at 21 inches wide, right?
Mm-hmm.
The closet door is 23 inches wide.
Oh, good time.
Yeah. I had to bear hug it and try to lift the ass, the bottom of it up.
Right. Push it in and shit.
And stab it in there.
Right.
And then I had to get and lift it, push it up in there. Oh yeah, man. It was I'll put it this way. I'm not 40 years old anymore. I'll tell you that, man. My ass was puffing and puffing because I had to wrestle the other one down the stairs. You know what I'm saying? Get it down the stairs. and then get the other one up the stairs. Yeah, and put it in there. Yeah, it
We
was.
need a hand cart, man. What's up?
Well, I've got a dolly, man, but
Yeah, dolly.
our stairs, you know, they're flat and they curve back under. You know what I'm saying? They're not flat.
They got that lip.
They got that lip on them, man. God
It
dang.
catches the fucking tire every time. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're pulling against every time.
Yeah. Yeah. It was
And see that right there, that story is why a vast majority of people in this country do not want to be homeowners, and we're gonna have the renter society is gonna go fucking bonkers over the next couple of years. I think.
Yeah.
Homeownership is going to be. I mean, there will be a lot of people that do it, but I think the vast majority are happy with somebody else being responsible for the maintenance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had a Ream water heater, Rabbit, and the one I bought is an A.L. Smith. A.L. Smith is a good water heater.
I'm hoping nothing goes wrong with this one before I'm fucking.
Well, I don't, you know, man, because I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I was getting pretty irate and shit because, you know, you know, everything was just going wrong, you know, and I was like, I looked at my wife and I was like, you know, I don't know what dumbass would sit there and go, hey, I've got a great idea. Let's put this huge fucking water heater up on the top floor. You know, up a flight of stairs in this little bitty ass fucking closet. That's such a great idea, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, man, these
They probably had more than people to put it there, so it wasn't a big deal.
Well, yeah, but you know, we got a utility room, man, that's got the fucking breaker box in it on one side. It's got fucking washer and dryer and all that. All of our water comes in right there in our utility room. It would have been so easy to put a spot right there and been like, bam.
Well, then you'd have to heat all that extra line of water.
Well,
they installed it so they had less heated pipe.
Mm-mm.
But if the house is properly insulated, then it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, not to mention the fact that they not to mention the fact it fucking goes where the water heater is. The bathroom, the water heater's like here. The bathroom upstairs is here. The bathroom downstairs is way over here. So it's like the furthest, and then the kitchen sink is way the fuck over here. So it would have actually been better to put it in the utility room because our kitchen, you know, where our sink is right next. I mean, it's butted up to the utility room. The bathroom wall upstairs touches the utility, you know what I'm saying? It's on the wall where the utility room's here and the wall to the bathroom is up here and over. So it would have been perfect to put it down there. I'm still thinking about, you know, getting my plumber buddy in over here and helping me move it all downstairs.
It seems to be more practical because you're not young,
right?
And you're not getting any taller. So
right, exactly, exactly. You know, the next time, you know, if it lasts another 10 or 12 years like this other one did, the next time I'm liable to have to just hire me a plumber, man, because that's.
Could you imagine trying to do that at Gma Merkel's age? You know what I mean?
Know, right? I know. I've heard she has to stop on the way to the kitchen when she makes her old man a sandwich. But yeah, man, I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't know, man. I think I'm gonna try to find something to do next year, during wintertime.
Like a hobby?
Well, like a job.
A job.
Like a real job. This fucking only getting to make a couple of $100 a week sucks, man.
Were you thinking like Burger King or something like that?
Fucking Tractor Supply or something, man.
Hardware store, Tractor Supply.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's, I've got work, but it keeps raining and snowing and fucking, it's getting hard.
Oops, I went robot. Backwoods is gonna have merch here pretty soon, y'all. Get back to that leather work and shit.
I hear
Yeah.
you. I hear you get a good discount at Tractor Supply.
I don't.
No, if you work there,
Oh, do
An
you?
employee discount.
if you buy something, it's like 15 or 20%.
Right, McDonald's
McDonald's pays
$17 now.
7. God damn. I flipped some burgers for $17 an hour.
God damn.
Hey, when the boy first started working, he worked at McDonald's and he was fucking pulling overtime shifts. He bought and wrecked 2 cars that he paid over $5,000 for just off of McDonald's money.
Damn.
Well, I think
Will they pay time and a half for overtime?
Yeah.
Nice.
Hey y'all, I do want to share this information real quick. My buddy over here, my friend here, he because his wife passed away here a few months back, and so she was receiving some kind of Medicaid or Medicaid. I don't know. She was receiving some stuff, and so he's been trying to get all this shit straightened out, and figure out everything. Because he was like I am. My wife does everything on bills and all that shit. So he's trying to figure everything out. Well, he went to see his tax lady, and because he was like, look, here's all this stuff. I need to try to get all this figured out. And she told him, she said, do not file until the deadline. She said there may be some stuff coming that will change a lot on you filing your taxes. Said do not, she said just don't file until the deadline, which we don't ever file until the deadline anyway. We don't file till like the day before.
Yeah.
We've always done that.
12th or the 13th usually.
Yeah, and so she just said from what she's hearing, there is some changes coming that it will benefit the shit out of you. So
I was also telling the boy because you said something about that the other day.
yeah,
Because they keep fucking up his shit. He's had to refile twice now because something about the medical insurance and all this other stupid shit. But I was like, well, shit, you might as well. And I was like, it might be a good thing. I was like, they're talking about you might get there's some kind of benefit if you wait. So I was like, it might be a blessing. You know what I mean?
and you never know. Things may not change that quick. I don't know, but she was just telling him, just if you can hold off, just wait. Just wait.
Right.
I'm still waiting on a federal refund from 2 years ago.
Well, I tell you, there's been a lots and lots and lots of fucking people posting about, we shouldn't have to pay any fucking taxes after all that shit they found at USAID and all that.
We should be getting a fucking refund.
A judge up in New York over the weekend fucking put a halt on Doge.
Oh,
and not only told them that and put the Treasury Secretary that Trump picked and got confirmed and all that, the judge said that the Treasury Secretary can't even access the records. It's like that's his fucking job, man.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, Manhattan judge, and and he said that not only does he has to do they have to cease and desist, but they also have to destroy everything that they found so far. But see, now here's the thing about that. Trump made a comment this weekend when they were interviewing him and talking about that, and he said, yeah, he goes, we're about to do away with the Department of Education. He goes, well, in 24 hours. But yeah, we're about to do away with it. So you know what's fixing to happen. See, this is where the separation of powers comes in, and the executive branch, which is Donald Trump, is over the fucking executive branch. Donald Trump appointing Doge. Here's the kicker. What some people don't know about. Doge is actually a rename of a agency that already is in play that Obama started. And it was some kind of a government accountability deal or something that Obama started years ago. And so that has been, this deal has been going for a while. And so Trump and them went in and renamed it Department of Government Efficiency. So they actually didn't start a new deal. They just went off the one that's already been going. So they have no fucking leg to stand on. And I guarantee you what Trump's going to do is take it to the Supreme Court, just like he did with the presidential powers, you know, when they were, and they said basically as long as the president is doing within his duties, he has unlimited power, and you can't do anything to him for it.
Mm-hmm.
And so he is acting in the scope of his powers because he is over the executive branch. And so these agencies are executive agencies. So yeah, they're fixing.
It's just a stall tactic because all they need is a couple days to shred and burn and delete. You know what I mean? Like every hour counts for these motherfuckers right now.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem. You're talking about a team of people who fucking they pretty much said you can't. If it's already been on the internet or in a computer, they can find it.
Yeah, well, look at the information that was destroyed during 9/11. So if the shit is really going to get that deep into investigating one certain area, I wouldn't put it past them to have another attack happen on some said building that destroyed all the fucking financial evidence trail of anything that ever existed. You know?
Oh, we've just started. I still firmly believe there's going to be at least 2 more attempts on the POTUS, and I think we're going to see some boom booms in random places throughout this country during his term. I would say this year, but I'm going to say during his term because he's about to uncover a whole bunch of shit. You know what I mean? And a lot of people who do some dangerous shit for a living. You know what I mean?
A lot of flies are going to come out of that shit when he removes the fucking tarp.
Right. In theory, if it truly is a CIA kind of slush fund, then, you know what I mean? You're literally defunding thousands of paid government fucking killers. You know what I mean?
That group that Backwoods was talking about, I've heard about that. And I think there was like upwards to 500 employees on the book for that one department that was supposed to like keep government accountability, tracking, spending in check. 500 people to do that.
That's the loophole though too. And then you've got contractors on top of that.
Right. Let's say those 500, right. Let's say those 500 people are making $80,000 to $100,000 a year. That's probably on the super low end, right? But let's say that, right? There's what? $5 million right there. You know?
Dude, they've been finding so much waste, man, it ain't even funny, dude. They've got since 2003, the government has spent $2.7 trillion in fraud and abuse. It's money that's just gone. Mm-hmm. And what Elon was saying is that what's going on is they don't have any kind of system that is, and I forgot how he said it. It's D something. And what it basically is that, let's say they use a social security number, right? All right. So when that person dies, they've been just reusing social security numbers, and the system doesn't recognize it. So in other words, they're installing algorithms to where it recognizes, a social security number. So in the future, when they if someone tries to reuse a social security number for some kind of fraud, the system will automatically recognize it and be like, yeah, no, this is from this person here. Here's their obituary, and it'll kick that number out and say, no, you can't reuse that number. So that's how they've been getting away with shit. Is the system doesn't recognize it, so they've just been reusing people's social security numbers of dead people.
Right.
Oh, dude, when you look into, start digging into how they've been doing this shit and getting away with this abuse, man, it's like, man, it's fucking crazy, dude.
I wonder if there would be a way to like all the manufacturers who had government contracts, whether it be weapons manufacturers, parts, whenever they go to build lumber shit for the buildings and shit. We all hear this $10,000 toilet seats. You know what I mean? We hear about that kind of shit. Like, would there be a way to go back and audit the companies who did that and be like, okay, this is a blatant overcharge through the means of fraud, like, you know what I mean, some fraudulent means or something like that, and fucking fine the all these companies who have been overcharging the government and going along with that kind of shit? Does that make sense?
You would think on a federal level that there should be a way to audit then, and then it would expose how blatant the laundering scheme was.
Dude, they've been saying over this weekend, yesterday they started posting that Elon put the Department of Education is done. It's gone.
Yeah. Who's that? Linda McMahon, right?
Yeah, Linda McMahon.
Yeah, he's been pushing. He was like, your job is to put you out of a job. You know what
I mean? She's from Connecticut, just saying.
I don't know if y'all heard about this or not yet, but there's been a whistleblower that's come forward, a federal whistleblower, and former Pennsylvania State Police employee has come forward with information and filed a criminal complaint this week on February the 7th, 2025, allegedly linking Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro with the assassination attempt in Butler, Pennsylvania.
Ooh, there we go. Now we're getting spicy.
That came out yesterday, man. Yeah, they're
who was the source?
It's one of them is a federal whistleblower and a former Pennsylvania State Police, that they have information proving that Josh Shapiro, the governor of Pennsylvania, is fucking
nice. Oh, let's see that hit fucking mainstream media.
Is he a Democrat or a Republican?
Oh yeah, he's way Democrat, man.
Pennsylvania is it could go either way at any given time, kind of thing.
It says in July 23rd, 2024, the former state police employee filed documents to have criminal charges of attempted homicide filed against Governor Josh Shapiro. Butler County District Attorney Richard Goldinger sent a letter to the former state police employee dated August 22nd, 2024, refusing to bring attempted murder charges because it was being investigated by other agencies. Governor Josh Shapiro has not been criminally charged at the time of this story and is presumed innocent until proven guilty, of course. That's what they're saying, but they've got an affidavit that they've signed. The Department of Justice and Federal Bureau of Investigations, up until recently, FBI Director Chris Wray was conspiring with the Biden administration and concealing the reports.
Yeah, Yeah, Fetterman is the only sane Democrat out there right now.
He fucking turned. He said he wasn't voting for Tulsi or RF. Well, he said he wasn't voting for RFK after careful consideration. He wasn't. He was a no vote on RFK.
Oh yeah, he's still a piece of shit. But as far as Democrats go, he's the sanest one.
They're still talking about. There's still a lot of stuff going on about birth certificates too.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's gonna get worse before it gets better.
They're taking birth certificates and using them as bonds. And so
okay.
Yeah, and so it's basically like your birth certificate is worth billions, but you own nothing. And I've been seeing a lot of stuff about that off and on here and there.
So it's basically we have left the gold standard for the population standard.
Yeah.
There's more value in the people than the gold itself, kind of thing. Slave mentality kind of thing.
It's traded on the stock market as collateral for the national debt.
See, that's bullshit.
It's all, dude. This is all. I keep saying it, man, and a lot of people don't think it's going to, but I think a lot of people are fixing to start going to jail. They're getting all the information that they need, man. And they're going to be able to get a lot of people on corruption.
Oh yeah, but yeah, we ain't seen nothing yet. It ain't even started yet. We're barely a month in.
Yeah. It's going to get juicy this year, y'all. I'm telling you, it's going to get juicy. And I've been seeing tons of freaking videos too over the weekend of people posting, about the taxes and everything, wanting a tax refund. A lot of people saying we shouldn't have to pay taxes this year. And Elon Musk then posted on there. He said, "I believe everybody in the United States that paid taxes should get a hell of a refund this year." Elon Musk posted that out.
The thing that worries me about that is me and the boy were talking about that last night. If everybody has money, you know what I mean? Like I trust that he'd probably have a system in place to where that would not just completely crash the economy. You know what I mean? But like if everybody has money, is money really worth anything? You know, like one of those kind of situations. You know what I'm talking about?
I just got sent this. The Doge team was discovered that FEMA sent $59 million last week to luxury hotels in New York City to house illegal immigrants. Sending this money violated law and is in gross insubordination to the president's executive order. That money is meant for American disaster relief and instead is being spent on high-end hotels for illegals.
See, shit like that. Could they go after, like, I guess the hotel could just be like, we were forced to do it. But, like, were you forced to take the money? Because, the hotels got reimbursed for that. So shouldn't they be charged with something, being complicit in that? You know what I mean? Like, they knew that was fucking bullshit.
Like harboring a criminal or something, right?
Well, if any of them see what they can do, is if any of them people in that hotel, if they go and raid that place and find like some like really wanted or like some, somebody that's, like with the Taliban or so, that's affiliated with a terrorist organization, then yes, that is treason because you are giving aid and comfort to the enemy. That's the definition of treason. Giving aid and comfort.
But they would have to prove that they knew that person was.
They wouldn't have to prove shit.
Yeah, they would.
No, they wouldn't because Trump since Trump's been in office, he's already he's made it illegal for you to do this, to give any government money to these illegals. He's cut all that shit off. So you're going against the president for one, and then if any of them, they don't have to prove shit. You willfully gave money to a bunch of illegals, and ignorance of the law is no excuse. That's
Right.
always been the case.
Especially when you're dealing with billions of dollars on a federally devised plan to cause a coup. You know what I mean?
Right.
You'd figure they should be able, on some of these hotels and places like this, the government's just like fucking you do to a drug lord or a terrorist. You seize their assets. Like, this building now belongs to the government. Sorry, we had to fucking, you know what I mean? This building is now evidence. It's ours now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they completely changed the name of the fucking USAID. They took all the lettering and shit off the building, and they turned it over. They turned it over to like immigration enforcement or some shit like that.
Well, maybe they will seize some of these hotels and renovate them into prisons to house all these fucking people that should be in jail. Turn them into federal prisons.
Cool, yeah, because a lot of the jails and prisons, like the FBI prison in New York and shit, is basically a skyscraper.
Mm-hmm. And
so it would be practical. I would actually prefer any hotel or building that housed an illegal of any kind over this bullshit and took money from the government to do so. Your building is now seized by the government, and that high rise or that hotel should be retrofitted and turned into veteran housing for homeless vets that meet a certain threshold. You know what I mean? Boom. If we could afford to pay these stupid motherfuckers to live there, we can damn sure afford to get the vets off the street. And then I would even go so far as to say put in a walk-in clinic VA in the bottom of that bitch. That way everybody who lives in that building has instant access to a fucking VA health facility, even if it's just a walk-in type situation. You know what I mean? I don't see why that would be a hard fucking concept to figure out.
Well, I mean, if we could send $5 billion for condoms to fucking Guatemala or wherever they went, then yeah, I would say that remodel process would be in the budget.
Because I believe, regardless of whether people want to call it a welfare program or not, the soldiers who meet a certain threshold, because not everybody who's a fucking joins the military is good people, but you know what I mean, people who meet a certain threshold, you should be taken care of for the rest of your fucking life. If you put your body on the line for this country is going to take care of you, and to a certain aspect, for the rest of your fucking life. You know what I mean?
Oh, Gaza, my bad.
Yeah, 50 million for condoms for Gaza. Yeah, seeing what they've been talking about is that they're going line by line, and they're saying, well, here's this program, 50 million for condoms for Gaza. Well, okay. Well, let's see the sales order. Let's see the receipts, that this money was spent on this. Let's see the product. Let's see the receipts. Let's see proof. And there's no proof of any of this shit. These people have just been fucking writing blank checks, man. They don't have no line items on the actual paperwork where they, you get $50 million or whatever.
Right.
And they don't have, and Elon and them are changing it to where you have to do like put on your name, account numbers. You have to, there has to be a detailed list now of where the money is actually being spent.
Every fucking penny. Yeah.
I mean, real talk. They should be providing receipts for this shit. Like, we have to provide receipts to the fucking IRS for our shit. Right? You want to fucking dissect every penny that we fucking make and earn and fucking bring in, then we should see every fucking penny down to the fucking penny that you spent of our fucking money. Plain and fucking simple. No,
That's the
no,
thing though. When
or whatever.
when you're dealing with prices that got fucking 8 to 13 zeros, you know what I mean, in every fucking digit, it's easy to be like, oh, well, we can't keep track of pennies because then we're looking at 37 long fucking numbers. You know what I mean? So it's easy to be like, oh, we'll just create the slush fund that's here to here. We spent about that, you know what I mean?
I forgot which congressman it was, but they were talking about this shit, and he held up a bag of bushings, and he said you can get these bushings anywhere online on Amazon for like, man, it was like, you know, $20 or some shit for this bag of bushings. He said the Air Force pays it's thousands of dollars for one bag of bushing. Of these same exact bushings, you can get the same ones online for like $20. And this is the kind of shit they're looking at, you know. You remember the old jokes about, you can go buy a hammer from Walmart for $20, but if you go and buy that same hammer through the government, it costs $1,000.
Yeah.
That's how they've been, it's just a lot of shit like that they've been doing, and they're getting caught, man. And they can't stand it because that's their, I mean, dude, look, Trump has ordered a full audit. He sent General Kelly, I believe it was, to do a full audit on all the money going to Ukraine.
Yeah, that's going to be nice.
Yeah, they want to know where all the money's at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Trump eliminated the penny yesterday.
Yeah, I saw that this morning. It costs almost 4 cents to make a penny.
Yeah.
The government lost like, I don't know, it was some stupid number that they said they lost making a fucking penny last year or some shit.
Yeah.
So they're just done putting them into circulation and producing them, or are they trying to wipe them completely from the? Okay, everything's to a flat 5, 10, 15 system.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, they're going.
It would make things easier. It would get rid of all that $1.99 dumb shit. Like, no, motherfucker, it's $2. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, Walmart $4.97.
Right. You know how hard it is to keep track of a budget when you're a stoner and half fucking retarded, trying to I got to estimate. I only got $37, so let me add up $3.69 plus $2.99. You know what I mean? Like, it's easy to confuse people who don't care about numbers. You're like, why even keep track?
I did that to the woman the other night. She went to the store and I was like, hey, pick me up a gallon of apple cider. And she was complaining. She's like, that fucking $8 cider. I was like, no. I was like, it's like $7.27. She's like, it's $8 fucking dollars.
Right.
Shit, you got me. Yeah.
I didn't say anything about the nickel. I just seen
No, I just saw the penny.
The pennies. Yeah,
that would make sense. It would make things a lot easier for people to keep track of.
Yeah, and it trips me out because they're trying to say, that like these Elizabeth Warrens and all of them are trying to say that we've got some 20-year-olds out there with the biggest budget and all this shit. And then now they're saying that because, they sent the Doge team in and they're redoing the whole FAA system. It's like outdated from like years and years and years ago. And so they were all complaining about it. And they was like, you're literally talking about the same guys that are on the team that are catching rockets in the fucking air.
Right.
And y'all are worried about, air traffic control. It's like these guys are literally rescuing people out of space and catching rockets and shit. That's coming back down to earth.
That's what makes, I don't understand how there's so many fucking people who still believe, like the AOC rant. Elon is so stupid. Now you got a bunch of fucking pig-faced broads running around talking about how stupid Elon is. And it's like, what? Like, even though they know his accomplishments, it's still, this guy's an idiot. He doesn't know anything about it. You know what I mean? It's
right.
the level of fucking. Hopefully it quiets down. Well, hopefully it picks up so we can make it quiet down, and then we go back to somewhat normal.
You know what I honestly do with pennies? When I don't have a washer, I use a penny. I drill a fucking hole in that thing and use it as a washer.
See, that was another thing. I talked about this a while back on a live about it. From a practical standpoint, it makes no sense to have a whole bunch of change because everybody in here, everybody on this panel, we have all randomly thrown pennies or randomly dropped a dime or a nickel and was like, oh, I'm not going to pick that shit up, and just walked away and left it. How many hundreds of millions of Americans do that on a daily fucking basis? You know how much money we're just throwing away, getting lost to the woods, getting lost to the landfill, you know what I mean? Swept up in the trash. And literally hundreds of millions of dollars just in loose change that has been thrown away and wasted since the inception of the American coin. You know what I mean?
The next time you go to a drive-through, when you stop at that pay window, open up your door and look down.
Yeah.
Guarantee you'll find change there. Guarantee. Yesterday I stopped at the store, got some drinks, and there's a bunch of fucking people in there, and I was all fucking skeeved out, so I just wanted to get out of there. I dropped a penny when I walked out the door, and I bent over and I picked it up. And then I fucking dropped it again halfway back to the motherfucking truck. And I was like, you know what? Fuck you. You're somebody else's penny now. I'm not bending over twice, bitch. Yeah.
But see, that's, you know what I mean? That's the thing, though. I had my cousin-in-law, I guess you would call him. He would do that shit all the time. If it wasn't a quarter, he would just throw it out the window. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, you got kids, you dumb son of a bitch. You know what I mean? Like, that's diaper money. That's, you know what I mean? That's little shit adds up. But, you know what I mean? People throw it away. So it's kind of especially if it has no value. Like if it was backed by something, like if nickels and shit like that were actually made of a 5 cents worth of fucking silver, you know what I mean? That way it was some kind of standard. Right now it's more symbiotic than anything. There's really no fucking value to it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I've got an empty big protein fucking container upstairs that's almost full of change. I'm guessing that's probably like close to $250 in that fucking thing, man. That's real money,
dude. I've got a container that's about that big, and it's about that tall, and when it's completely full, because I use it all year. It's just got a screw-on lid, and I cut a little hole in the top so I could drop my change in there, and that's what I put my change in there all year, and that's what I use towards deer camp. That's always my deer camp money. There's anywhere from $250 to $300 in that little container, man.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I got one upstairs. I keep one in my truck. I hate having change in my pocket, so usually when I come out of the store, I throw it in the fucking Tupperware container in the truck. You know what I mean?
Change is my savings account. We'll hit the Coinstar about twice a year, but I purposely play with overpay. That way I can get the change back, because I'm like, oh, I'm not going to willfully save, if you know what I mean. But I'm not going to sit here and count out a whole bunch of change at the counter. I know I'm going to save that, so let me just create my own savings as I shop. You know what I mean? I look at it that way.
My bank offers it free if you're a customer. Like if you're not a customer, they charge you whatever the fee is. Probably like what Coinstar does.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, man.
Oh, I was just gonna say I ain't had a bank account since I was like fucking 19 or 20, or no, I take that back. No, yeah, I was about 24. Was about the last time I ever had a bank account.
I was gonna say it's kind of off subject or anything, but I've been seeing apparently was his name Kendrick Lamar? He did the halftime show yesterday, and he called Drake a fucking pedophile. on in his rap thing or whatever he
Yeah.
was doing there on at the halftime show.
That's been going around. There's been a little rap beef on if any of you guys follow Black Twitter. I didn't name it. It's a lot of that shit. There's a big fucking we might see a Biggie Tupac type situation where some of these states are like Georgia and shit. Some of them are physically chasing them off the fucking stage. Like it's getting crazy.
Apparently, Trump just said the only option is the 51st state. Canadians would pay 50% less in taxes and get full U.S. military protection. And where's Justin Trudeau? In Paris. He's 100. So apparently he's 100% serious about this, still talking about it being the 51st state.
Making Canada the 51st state.
Yeah. Canada.
That's a fucking country in its own. How do you call that a state?
There's really not that many people in Canada though.
Dude, Canada only, I mean, like you go look at the map and only like 10% of the people live just right across the border. I mean, you know what I mean? It's
Canada is basically Greenland. This just bigger, the same kind of concept. That huge piece of land, but there's only like 52,000 people that live on Greenland. So if we own Greenland, it wouldn't be any different than the Queen still technically owning Canada. So it's like, well, fuck the Queen. Like, it's right here. Why don't we take Greenland and Canada? Because they're basically the same fucking thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know, the whole Panama Canal deal. He got the Panama to agree that so we wouldn't take over Panama Canal. He got Panama to agree that they would no longer be charging any of our ships going through the Panama Canal. We're getting free service through the Panama Canal.
That's the way it should be. We shouldn't be. We gave you this fucking bridge. Why are you charging us to cross it? You know what I mean? What the fuck?
Didn't we build it and give it to them?
Right. That'd be like if I gave Backwoods a fishing pole. It was like every time you use it, you know what I mean? You have to bring me a fish that you caught with that thing. You know what I mean? Like for the rest of your fucking life.
Well, I mean, I can fish, so I could fulfill that wish. But
that was a bad example. I've been smoking pots for a couple hours.
Yeah, let me reverse that. If I gave Hutch a fishing pole, said every time you go fishing, you owe me a fish. Well,
you would never have any fish.
He would have a 36 trillion fish debt.
In about 6 months, I would go to the grocery store and I would buy you a frozen bag of tilapia and be like, "This is what I got."
Right. Just so there's no confusion, not because Hutch wouldn't go fishing, it's because he can't catch fish.
It's 50-50. It's 50-50.
Hold on. I do got to say, when me and him went, when I brought my boat up to the one meetup, he did catch several fish.
I caught 7 bass.
Yeah. I mean, I showed him what lure to use and how to use it, but he did well. He started catching some fish.
Probably hooked it and reeled it halfway in, but if you landed it, it's your fish. I know how it goes. I get it.
He did it on his own.
Well, but see, I mean there you go. Analogy made. Panama Canal.
So you get 7 more tries now with the fishing pole before you owe me anything. You're
unless you break it. Then that's a whole different ball game. Somebody wants to be talking shit. You know what I mean? At least I know how to fucking walk. You know what I mean?
True. He didn't break any of my fishing poles. I'll give him that.
Speaking of fishing poles,
I'm just saying.
How was that pole that you found in the back of your truck the last time that you and I had seen each other?
I sold it.
All right, that's fair.
You should have took the tags off it. I took that bitch back.
Hell yeah, I went and got a refund on that motherfucker. You left the damn tags on
Dude,
it.
I wanted to go back and get myself one. That was a nice fucking.
No, it's over there with my fishing stuff. Took that
Right?
shit.
Yeah, they need to divorce the crown. England should not own shit. Fuck them. We should have finished them when we had the chance.
Yep.
I will say that the guy who's running for prime minister over there in the UK, that dude seems to be fucking legit. He's like, get them all out. He's like, fuck these people. If you're not English, fuck you. Basically. For as rough as an Englishman could say something like that.
I seen where a bunch of Muslims over in France are threatening to leave and self-deport back to their own country if Marie Le Pen gets elected.
See, there's a global shift. America influences the global culture. It's fucking crazy. Because you've seen just 2 years ago, we were like, God damn, the whole world's fucking on this fucking gay shit. Trump's been in for a week. Now you see motherfuckers stepping up like, no, we will go to war against these. You know what I mean? Like, the shift is crazy. Global shift is crazy.
You know what really gets me? And I know I'm all over the place because I always am. But these motherfuckers are still bitching. These liberal fucking douchewad Democrats are literally sitting there and saying, well, where's all the fucking low grocery prices and shit? It's like the motherfucker's been in there literally like 2 weeks. What I mean, even if he did something like major, the trickle down by the time it reaches us is going to be some time, man. I mean, I don't. These are
the same people who don't understand that what January 6th actually is. There are so many people out there talking shit because they think he was actually elected in November. Like he's been president since November.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just a bunch of ignorant fucks. You're like, what the fuck are you even talking about? You know what I mean?
And the way grocery prices work is you're paying prices from what it costs from the previous year. So like Backwood said, even if Trump put in things to change pricing, we wouldn't see that until a year from then, because we're eating last year's stuff at last year's price. So the effect would still be,
and how the markets, and how a lot of these places base their deal on is that, if they buy, 10 crates of eggs at $5 a dozen. I'm just, throwing a number out there, and then when to replace them eggs when they're selling them, you know what I'm saying? They look at the market value of how much they're going to be worth again. You know what I'm saying? Yep. To replace them. And that's how they base their prices. And if the next go around, that next pallet of eggs is only going to cost $2 a dozen, then they are supposed to adjust their prices, from there.
And not what over the beginning of fall, there was the big bird flu threat, and the government ordered 150 million birds killed at a lot of these fucking industrial places. So there was a giant fucking, you got to replace 150 million goddamn birds. You know what I mean? It's going to take a minute for those things to get back up to age and start producing the way that the other ones were. You know what I mean?
I read that story at the beginning of my live stream about the lady who was in charge of that from the Department of like Agriculture or whatever.
Right.
Something Fong. I read the article aloud.
I usually watch the ag news in the morning. It comes on early as shit, but it, you know what I mean? It gives you like crop reports, fucking for your local area, state, pretty much. The price of cattle, all that kind of shit. That's how I learned about all the locusts and shit that were going to be hitting last year. That kind of shit.
Yes.
Yeah. It's boring as fuck sometimes, and it's the lamest hardest to watch kind of fucking da 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 da,
Yeah.
like that kind of shit.
Yeah. Like
It's good
listening to the
information.
leather band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had discovered that they funneled $40 million through that USAID to the scientist in Wuhan, where the
Ooh, see?
coronavirus came from.
That would put you on a global scale or something.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of they're doing a lot of discovering shit, man. People, I really truly believe that Trump is going to put people in jail. Pam Bondi, they're going to put people in jail.
Oh yeah.
That judge, they're fixing to take this to the Supreme Court, and I guarantee you, make an emergency ruling, and they're gonna slap these judges down and stop all these fucking bullshit lawsuits, because the executive branch has the authority, man. That's just all there is to it, you know. And what really gets me is that they're saying that this is a constitutional crisis. You know, they're leading us into a constitutional crisis. Well, it's really funny to me that if you go and look back in history, Bill Clinton fired, man, it was hundreds of thousands of federal employees. Nobody ever said any shit about that. Obama did the same thing, man. You know, them and so everything that Trump is doing, it's the other presidents has already done that shit. So they've got no fucking standing, man. But unfortunately, because some federal judge fucking come out and said it, you know, they have to abide by that law per se. You know what I'm saying? I told my wife this weekend, I was like, shit, if it was me, I'd put a phone call out to Doge and everybody. I'd say, do what I told you to do. Don't worry about this stupid judge. Because, you know, guess what? If we end up losing a Supreme Court case, I'm gonna pardon everybody.
That's a New York Supreme Court judge?
No, it's just a New York federal judge. And so, you know, they're so many, you know, when there's federal judge openings, you get appointed by the president, because that particular judge is an Obama appointee, and then
Can they be fired?
Well, that's what I was getting at. You've got to, you know, when you appoint these judges, they go through and get confirmed by the Senate, and then but the Congress can also go back in and impeach these judges and get them out of there, remove them from office.
We do see a lot of that shit.
Yeah, they've been hitting up Mike Johnson on the deal, and hitting up Thune, you know, because he's the head of the Senate. They've been hitting them up on X all weekend, saying, you know, to start the impeachment, which I think it has to go through the House first to start the impeachment, and then the Senate can vote on it. I believe is how that goes.
We control both, right? But just barely.
Yeah. Rabbit, you might know what I'm talking about with that. I believe with a judge appointed like that, I believe the House has to do the impeachment, and then the Senate can vote to agree on the impeachment. I think is how that goes. So
you figure just ethics committees alone should be able to put a lot of these motherfuckers on the firing line.
Yeah.
We'll see. I just hope the court system actually moves at a decent fucking pace and doesn't get all stalled up and slow and shit. Because it's going to be working non-fucking stop. I would hate to be a judge over the next fucking 3 years, because you're putting in some overtime. You know what I mean? Courts are going to be so fucking busy over the next couple of years.
I guess y'all seen Trump was there at the Super Bowl yesterday.
I haven't watched a single thing about it. I had the Western Channel on yesterday. And then I seen a commercial that pissed me off, and I just turned it off, and I went outside. I didn't turn the TV on at all yesterday.
Yeah, they he was there. He came out and they were cheering like hell. And so some jackasses. This is how stupid these fucking people are, man. These leftists are so fucking stupid, man. It ain't even funny, dude. So they posted when Trump walked out there, and someone overlaid a bunch of booing and shit, and was like, "Look, Trump's getting booed at the Super Bowl." And was trying to all post it up a whole bunch of times, and people were like reposting and saying, "No, here's the actual footage."
They were booing Taylor Swift.
Well, it was just when Trump came out, they just overlaid some booing on it and made it look like Trump was being booed, and people started posting the actual footage and was like, "No, here's the real footage. Y'all are a bunch of liars," you know.
And the sad thing is, the people who saw the bullshit one first are going to fight to the death that the real one is the fake one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Like we live in a sad fucking time. I hope the education system is one of the biggest things I'm hoping actually gets a revamp, because that shit, these kids are fucking retarded. These fucking kids nowadays are fucking retarded. In a general, there's some good ones, you know what I mean, hit and miss, but there's so many fucking idiots.
It would seem to me that it would be a pretty simple deal, man, where, you know, schools, you put it back to the states. You allow a certain percentage of money, depending on the school.
We're getting there.
To go. You know, so basically the federal government could say, you know, we'll still give you grants and things like that to help you, you know, with your schools and stuff. The education is going to be up to y'all. We're not going to make any laws on that or rules on that, except for one thing. You've got to reach this standard. You know what I'm saying? You just set a standard only. That's it. It's all the federal government says. And if you don't meet this standard, then we're going to pull your federal funding. You know,
do you believe that there should be what do you think the limit should be on a federal standard? Every state obviously should have the option to go farther or right at the line. But as far as a federal guideline, like I'm thinking basic math, reading, a little bit of history, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you should be able to at the minimum read on grade level and be able to do you know, your mathematics and stuff on grade level. I mean, we're not even reaching that. We're way down in countries. We're like fucking 30th or some shit, or 25th or something. We're way the fuck down.
I think we're kissing the bottom of the barrel. I think we're pretty close to 40. I think we're like 37, 38 on almost every fucking thing.
Yeah. Well, we used to be on top.
That's what I'm saying. You know, I've seen numbers anywhere from 24th up to, you know, like 38th or some shit. So I'm just kind of throwing a generalization in there. But the problem with it is that we were actually number one in education when the Department of Education got started. And we have just steadily went downhill the whole way. And that's why Trump's able to, you know, justify what he's doing with the Department of Education. It's like, man, we're spending billions of fucking dollars and we're just going backwards.
Right. I would even be for, I would call it 8th or 9th grade. I think might be the limit that's needed for school. Anything after that would be the option of a trade school. But I'm a fan of conscription to a certain point, to where, you know, say you hit 9th grade, boom, for the next 2 years, you got some kind of, if you want any kind of government assistance, then we're going to need you to either go through this basic training boot camp for military service, or we're going to need you to, you know, go into a medical field or something of some sort. You know what I mean? Not, you don't have to do it forever, but you know what I mean, have to learn some kind of skill if you want government assistance. But anything after 10th grade, I think that should be pretty much the 4 years you waste going to college should be the last 4 years of high school.
I'd like to know if, you know, well, see, like I seen this one teacher, and I can't remember where it was. It seems like it was in North Carolina, but I'm don't quote me on that. But there was this one teacher, and they do homeschool, and she has like probably 10, 15 students, and she's got this big property, man, and she goes out there, and she's got this one place, you know, it's a real nice little meadow or whatever, and it's got some logs and shit in there and all this, and you know, they go for nature walks and learn about the plants and the trees and what's edible, what's not. And then they do their actual schoolwork outside when it's nice outside, you know, when it's not pouring down rain or whatever. But then she's got a building that they also can go to and do their stuff as well. And all of her students are like fucking like above anybody in the regular schools, you know, on all their grades and reading abilities and all that shit. And it, you know, it's time, man. I mean, you could take the grant money that still does come from the government, you know, even after you do away with the Department of Education and put it back to the states, and you still give grant money to these schools, you know, to help out, you know, because there's some communities that just don't have much money. Right. And them kids shouldn't suffer because their community doesn't have much money. But
especially if they bring in school choice everywhere, where you can travel to the school you want to.
It should be that way, man.
Yeah.
I know. I've seen where apparently several school districts are now implicating the, you know, no cell phone during school. It's got.
I love it. I'm a fan. Fuck yeah.
I'm all for that shit.
I know Arkansas is doing that too, where they're making it to where you can't. You know, you got to turn your phone. You can bring your phone to school, but you got to turn it in at the office. Right. You know, and then you can get it back. You know,
I like that. They should have been doing that for forever. I'm a big fan of that shit.
Well,
leave it in your locker or whatever.
Well, anytime you hear someone try to argue against that and be like, well, what if there's an emergency or whatever? Well, that's funny because I went to fucking school for 12 years and I never fucking, you know what I'm saying? We never had cell phones back then.
Right.
And if there was an emergency, they called the fucking school. The school went and got you out of class and dealt with it. You know what I mean?
That's how it's done.
Bring things back the way they used to be.
Yeah, I am a fan.
Gentlemen, I thank you. Chat, I thank you. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. I fucked that all up. Oh, my God. I fucked that all up. I don't know how to get it just on its own. Yeah, first timer here. You know how it is.
I feel less smart now.
I still don't know how to do it on its own. There we go.